Chemawun to me. You know, when they were sentencing him, at that time, people were making the case that they should extend it
by some days.
So that he will be physically present to be able to give support. Because at the time, there's nothing really you're going to do. It is time for sentencing. Okay. But he has already been convicted. So you are coming to hear what the judge will say.
You can't say anything that will change.
No. At that time, okay, so what would you even say? Because fine, at the time,
new evidence may pop up.
Or... No. At the time, you are coming for sentencing, so you are not bringing new evidences to come and convince the judge. No. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You are coming to hear what the judge, after listening to all of you and all the documents you put before the court, you are coming to listen to what in his mind and an application of the law, what he's going to say to what all the arguments you've done over the period and the document, everything you have provided to the court. And so at that time, you are only going to maybe last hour speak to the emotions and play some game.
So you'll be given an opportunity.
No, but that game you are coming to play. Yes,
the judge's mind.
Yes, so you could. That is why people were allowed, friends, they call them amicus curiae. People in the lawyers in the courts at the time, more or less, also, if you remember, our reporter reported that some lawyers stood who were not even part of the case, were in the court to, as it were, plead on behalf of Chairman Wontumi.
Friends of the court.
Yes, that's what they call them, amicus curiae.
So maybe that's why it reduced from 25 to 20.
Maybe. So people were pleading, he's a businessman, like he has workers, he's a breadwinner, whatever all this. So if judge,
including some people sitting on this table, the breadwinner part.
Yes, of course,
including some people sitting on this table.
So if the judge may have prepared his judgment, and with a particular line, maybe after all of these things, maybe that's what we are using. We are emphasizing. Maybe he will say, okay, this one, this lawyer, so let me just reduce, maybe if it's a fine of maybe
20,000,
maybe 50 penalty in it, let me make it maybe 40.
Okay.
So then he would just tweak some of the things just so that. But you will not come and say, judge me the new evidence. Hey, Debbie, you're not a serious lawyer, Kura.
If you have something happened.
No. Whatever happened is closed. The chapter is closed. So at this point, that is why the opposition, the Attorney General has come back to oppose the bail term. So the judge will just have to look at the situation, all other plea before him or her, and then grant the bail or not. It's just an unfortunate. It's just an unfortunate.
We want to man that we'll do our media and journalism like that.
So Kwame, still on court issue, the Court of Appeal is expected to deliver its ruling today on the Attorney General's application seeking a stay of execution of its judgment acquitting and discharging former Chief Executive Officer of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, MASLOC, Sedina Tamaklo Ationu. Mrs. Ationu was convicted in absentia by the Accra High Court in 2024 and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment after being found guilty of offenses including causing financial loss to the state. However, the Court of Appeal subsequently overturned the conviction and acquitted and discharged her. The Attorney General is seeking to suspend the effect of the Court of Appeal's decision pending the determination of the state's appeal. In its application, the Attorney General argues that allowing the acquittal to take immediate effect could enable Mrs. Tamaklo Ationu to leave the jurisdiction and potentially frustrate the state's appeal. The state is therefore asking the Court of Appeal to preserve the status quo until the appeal is determined. So the ruling is expected to determine whether the acquittal and discharge will take immediate effect or remain suspended while the state pursues a further appeal today. So that is what is happening in court today.
Okay.
Some NDC women organizers, women, I must say, have also written some petitions to the man, but to the Attorney General, I must say. But these are all skirmishes. They are all normal stuff that you anticipate will come up, including some voter brothers and some people from the voter region also jumping into the conversation.
Why it has now become a tribal thing?
I mean, for them, the woman has been acquitted and discharged. That for them, that is what it is. I'm not sure they are even minded about.
I don't understand
the fact
some
that
of these things. There's a case in
What
court
don't you
now. We
understand?
have voter women DN.
Yeah.
So the
There are
next thing
caucuses
will be
and,
No, that- it is not-
the next time it has to do with KOJ, achievement
Yeah,
in support
yeah,
of Q.
yeah.
Yes.
Why
yes,
do
yes,
we?
yes, yes.
It is their right to do whatever they want, but I think some of these things are extreme, respectfully. Because if everyone is going to go because of my president, the next time we Infantry Confederation from Jumako supporting Lizzie, something like that.
We are
I don't get some of these things.
preventing-
Respectfully,
Yeah. Sometimes we prevent the law from taking its course and working. Some of these things we should allow the law to work and just stop this tribalism and party political.
because the other day someone was even telling me that I think one part of Sedna is from my place. I don't know whether it's her mom or something. I'm told her mom is Ashanti or so.
You know, when
And she
something happens,
spent a
that's
lot
when
of time
you
in
know where
Kumasi
somebody is
and all
from.
of that. Yeah, I don't. Some
It's
of
not
these
needed,
things
Charlie.
it's their right. So
Yeah.
I mean,
so-
it's-
Well, I mean, I don't
it's
see
really
any
up to them.
tribal. It's just a group of people who think that.
What's their name again?
friend,
Voter women's what?
No, they are no. As for the NDC women is a different thing. Then there's some people, both sexes from voter region also agreeing to
But the AG says
position,
he
the
is going
petition.
to court. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, today. Well, he's made an application for stay of execution of the.
the day
Of the ruling that was given last.
Yes.
So where's the woman now? In the
At,
house.
no, at this point she's still being in because there's been an application on the
So she's not home.
yes.
No, she's not. Last week, Phyllis clarified that she's still in prison.
The moment somebody puts in an application
What do you mean go
on
for?
any yes, you can't. It has to be dealt with by the court.
So if I go to the
So if
prison,
today
we'll
the
find
court
her.
says yeah. So if they go to court today, and the court says okay, the stay of execution is upheld, it means that she will be there till the matter is properly heard by,
And in this country, it can take some time.
of course.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's
Or
a political
can
issue.
she
I'm
be
sure it
asked-
to be expedited.
Can she be asked to go home as the process is ongoing?
That means they have to bring an application for bail, similar to what
Is it Lord? Yeah,
Wuntumi's cases.
Lord, I can't go through all of this back and forth.
Kwame,
There has to be a lot.
let's
Let's
look at
move on,
some,
right, move on.
yes, so that is affecting we the Ghanaian people. So Ghana is spending at least 168 million US dollars annually on fresh and processed tomato imports, while a disease outbreak has pushed the country's dependence on imported ginger beyond 99%. Figures presented by researchers at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research highlight the scale of Ghana's import dependence in two key commodities and the foreign exchange costs associated with weak domestic production. The researchers disclosed that the figures during the second section of the 2026 Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation Visibility webinar series held under the theme the research council highlights the intervention on tomato and ginger. Dr. Michael Kobna Osei, who is the principal research scientist and vegetable breeder at the research group Crop Research Institute, said Ghana's annual demand for fresh and processed tomato exceed 1.4 million metric tons. However, domestic production meets only about 15 to 18% of that requirement. Fresh tomato imports, mainly from Burkina Faso, are estimated at about 100 and 120 metric tons annually, costing Ghana about 18 million US dollars. processed tomato imports largely from China and Europe are equivalent to an estimated 400 to 450,000 metric tons of raw tomatoes and cost about 150 million US dollars annually. That puts Ghana's annual expenditure on fresh and processed tomato imports at approximately 168 million US dollars. More than 60% of fresh tomato imports enter the country between November and April, when domestic production falls sharply during the dry season. So he said the scale of the imports reflects a significant production gap, despite Ghana having more than 400,000 hectares on land suitable for tomato cultivation. So let's also look at that of the ginger import. They said the situation in ginger sector is even more severe. The ginger demand increased from about 18,000 tons in 2020 to between 30,000 and 32,000 tons in 2025, but following a bacterial outbreak in 2022, domestic production suffered a sharp decline, leaving the country more than 99% dependent on imported ginger. Ghana now spent approximately 50,000 US dollars annually on ginger imports, mainly from China, Nigeria, and Burkina Faso. The supply disruption has also triggered a dramatic increase in prices. A sack of ginger that sold for about 250 Ghana cedis in 2022 rose to about 4,000 in 2025 and had reached approximately 6,000 or more at the time of the webinar. So that's according to a research that was done from the CSIR. Yeah, so that's their estimation that they bring both on tomato and ginger.
It's a very worrying story. I was just reading this before music captured that. Tomatoes and ginger, kakadu, and we spend about $55,000 every year to import ginger.
Why have you reduced the figure? You didn't hear the figure.
How much? 55 what?
Million.
55 million
For Akekedru and 168 million for tin tomatoes.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of farmlands in this country. I live in a farming community. So Tuba, for instance, last year I told you that anytime, because of I have lots of them being my friends.
You get it for free. Add that one.
Every year when they harvest their tomatoes, for instance, especially tomatoes, onion, whatever they grow, I get large amount of the large quantity of the produce. Kwame, after a week, you see the tomatoes in gutters because they are not buying it.
Who is not buying it?
Kwame,
they don't have like off-takers. They don't have dealers who would come and give them go sell in a Kanishi or Kaswa market or somewhere.
It's not as many as it should be. So you see that every gutter in Tuba will contain tomatoes that are spoiled. A run-up to the 2024 elections, one of the campaign messages of Honorable Slatete was to construct a market and a warehouse so that the produce harvested will be properly managed in this warehouse or whatever. That campaign promise never materialized. Maybe because he lost the election. But within his 4 year, no, that was the 2016 when he became, prior to the 2016, before he became the member of parliament. Within that 4 year space, nothing happened. There's a construction of the markets there. The market is not being occupied.
Is it ready?
Oh, yes, ready. But I'm looking at why we need to spend that amount of money in importing tomatoes.
Because you don't produce enough. Or whatever you produce doesn't find its way to people like Lizzie and myself.
Beginning of the year or last year, we saw the attacks on our tomato dealers in Burkina Faso. It should have been a wake-up call. I remember we discussed it here that we are not producing enough of tomatoes for our citizens. That's the reason why they go extra mile to Burkina Faso and they were attacked. I was thinking that that incident should have been a wake-up call to that great ministry, to the policy makers that look, we have imported tomatoes for very long time, and this is a reason, this is a wake-up call, this is a clear example that look, we need to put a stop to it. Almost everything in this country is being imported. Maybe CSR captured just tomatoes and ginger, but others, the sugar, so this is just vegetables.
Yeah.
So the sugar, the rice. Last year, great minister gave the data.
Yemwadie.
Which is not supposed to be so. I remember when that report came, we discussed it here, that the Yemadie comes from a different country, will be in what do you call it, the container region for months.
Reefer.
Before it gets to the port.
Reefer containers.
When it gets to the port, it will take weeks before it is being cleared from the port to our various markets. When it gets to our various markets at the various cold stores, it will take weeks, months for us to go and buy. So by the time you consume, you are consuming about a year. You get it? So
To me, I don't eat it.
Oh, me repair. Release an idea. And I've been maybe campaigns and I chew your body a lot. This is not to do campaigns, but I want to me papa. If you are real, I cannot come in. But is there an idea? The newsroom people there, Jack, we chew a lot.
What did you watch? I know, baby.
Yeah. Today's Thursday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, but that's idea. Then okay.
No comments.
And then you granted. Fine. So, I mean, I don't understand what the various agri ministers have done in the past to help us ease the level of importation of some of these things.
Me, I feel Ghanaians are apart because when you go to the market, when we use tomato for
experience,
and they want to buy this tomato. The one buying from the trader asks you, Navrongo tomato, so they'll
I
tell
have
you
never
that.
asked that.
No, those who actually go to the markets buy this stuff, they would ask if it's from Burkina Faso, because
Really?
Yes, on countless occasions.
Can you just look at it and tell?
Yes, because the one from Burkina Faso are bigger than the one that is cultivated in Ghana. So
Boy.
yes.
Or the other fight.
So when you go to the market, you see this traders, those who into the tomato, and those who go to Burkina Faso and bring them. Now is Navrongo tomato about me or Navrongo? They will ask you, Navrongo, they know how Ghana.
Yeah, just buy. I've never asked.
Man,
but you don't heard the salmon. You know they say we have Abidjan salmon. People, you not heard Abidjan salmon?
No.
That one, any mum there, demo. So we have the Abidjan salmon, and then
yes.
That one is.
Yeah, I just buy. I don't.
Those who buy them.
And I don't think I've ever heard. Maybe I've not paid attention. Maybe next time.
Go
I
to
would.
Yeah, go to the market.
And Kwame,
You just buy from shop. You buy from
No,
shop.
like this Navrongo tomatoes, Abidjan salmon. No, I just
but this
I see it. I ask.
over 60 years.
Yes.
No, I see it. I ask the price. Maybe I would bargain small. I'll buy. Go my way. I don't ask.
And then
whether
now we
it's
are
from
advising you.
Yes.
Tatali or whether.
Abidjan salmon.
Yeah, so the tomato from Burkina is bigger and heavier than the one that is cultivated in the country.
That's right.
Yes. So mostly the tomato you go to the market and buy is from Burkina Faso, Navrongo tomato.
Because I thought a lot of them were coming from Ofinsu area, Akumadan area. At least I know that area is noted for tomato production since I was a kid. I know some do come from Burkina Faso as well, but I thought a lot more come from Akumadan. So I don't know how much is coming from Burkina, so that you would want Burkina or Navrongo at all costs. So if you don't get that, what would you do? You won't buy.
So that I largely agree. So that's the reason why people. So just like they demand it on the market. So the customers are demanding that they prefer that from
Burkina tomatoes.
Yeah.
Burkina Faso
Navrongo.
than the one.
So if you don't get Burkina,
So it means the smaller ones, that one is.
So those are Ghana.
So with the one from Burkina, they could sell like 2 for 10 cedis. But when it comes to the one cultivated in Ghana, because it's a bit smaller, you get like 3 or
5
4,
for 10 cedis, something
not,
like that.
And it's not. How should I put it? Should I use
It's
the
not
word
appealing,
juicy
eh?
or heavy? If you want to use it for whatever, if you're using it at home, fine. And the one from Burkina, it takes longer before it's spots.
I see.
Yes, it takes a bit longer because the one mostly cultivated in Ghana, like 2 to 3 days, it starts spoiling. So from the one from Burkina, it's a bit heavier and it's nice. I don't know how to put it. So people would prefer going in for that, especially if you're a trader. If you have a smaller shops and you are going to the market to buy and go and sell it. Yeah, so that is the reason why. So that's what I'm saying. Ghanaians, we are also part. We hate buying or
Our own.
Yes,
We
our
prefer
own.
the.
Yes, we are always preaching that stuff, but that is not the case when you go out there. It's a whole different story out there.
I see.
That's KGT Abidjan Samo. How would we?
The data is worrying. I think that our Greek ministry.
I'm sure the figures are even higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the data is worrying. 168 million, 55 million for, things that we can get enough of that in the country. I mean, it's a very worrying one. But let me take you to the Ghanaian Point, page 5. Easy to review, CI127 launched dedicated results portal for elections. Of course, this is one that many will be interested in because of the 2028 elections that is happening in 2 years. So the Electoral Commission is set to review constitutional instruments, that's 127, CI127, and it introduced a dedicated digital portal for transmitting scanned election results as part of measures to strengthen the management and collation of results in future elections. The EC's Director of Electoral Services, Samuel Dotokwa, disclosed this on Tuesday, August 11, during an inter-party dialogue organized by the National Peace Council here in Accra. He said the proposed reforms were aimed at addressing challenges identified during the 2024 general elections, particularly disruptions at collation centers and difficulties associated with the transmission and management of results. According to him, the Commission intends to establish a dedicated portal through which scanned copies of election result sheets can be transmitted securely. The EC, he explained that the absence of a dedicated platform for transmitting scanned results contributed to some of these difficulties encountered during the previous elections. 2024 challenges trigger reforms. The EC official said one of the key areas under review would be the processes at collation centers where disruptions involving ballot papers and result sheets were recorded during the 2024 election. Finally, he said that EC also plans to involve political parties in the review of the CI127 before the proposed changes are finalized. So there's a new reform that the Electoral Commission wants to introduce. So when the results are collated, the scanned copies, there's going to be a portal where the scanned copies will go through, so that it wouldn't be like one person has a problem with the pink sheets, disruptions at the collation centers. Because lastly, the disruptions or the chaos do happen at the collation centers. Because parties would have to cross-check from their various polling stations to certify whether or not that's the accurate figure being recorded or yet to be signed on the pink sheet. So I believe that this will be a good one. I hope that it doesn't come with another challenge where the political parties will have challenges with, because the 2028 election is a very crucial one for us, and I hope that the EC tightens its seatbelt.
But is there any election which is not crucial in this country?
So you know that in every election, because of the individuals that come up, will determine whether or not the election will be crucial or much anticipated. So the 2024, which which one did we do the recent 2024 election?
Yes.
Yeah, 2024.
So we have a former president coming back, and then we have a new person, a sitting vice
Representing the incumbent party.
president. Yes, I mean a sitting president, a sitting vice president, also coming. So I mean, raise the conversation about the performance of the former president who is coming in, what he intends to do, and the current vice president, his benchmark, what he has done as part of his role as a vice president, and why he wants to contest as a president, and what he intends to do that he couldn't do when he was a vice president.
But that was crucial.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. That's a very crucial election, right? Now, what makes 2028 more crucial?
Why?
I like where you're loving analysis. What is going to make it more crucial? Is because your candidate.
Which candidate? Charlie. I beg.
Party national chairman, who now is so enthused about social media activation.
Yeah,
Even when there's World Cup, he hosts a football and go.
I don't know what you're talking
That's an
about.
old picture.
I don't know what
Let
you're
me
talking
give you a
about.
breakdown. So what is going to make it more crucial is now the former vice president who came and ruled for 4 years is not going to contest again, paving way for a new candidate who will base his arguments on the success of the outgoing president.
I mean, in the case of the NDC, I mean, they may not even want to admit it, but it would be a tough one, and this is why I say so. When you've had the same candidate being presented for about 4 different elections, and then all of a sudden you have to bring in a new person, they won't admit it, but they would have to really look at all of these things in deciding who should be leading the party going into the election in 2028.
Yeah.
If they go and elect someone who is respectfully not too known, they would have to pump a lot of money into marketing that particular candidate, for example. So, well, it will be up to the delegates
Then
to
on
decide.
the part of the new patriotic party too, they say
They already have a leader.
they have a leader, a former vice president who lost abysmally to the outgoing president, who is coming again to contest, and why he should be given the nod to become the president of the
He has to
country.
redeem himself in
So it's like I'm presenting myself for the 3rd time or 2nd time after an abysmal performance in the previous election, woefully. How is he going to catch up with the over 50,000 he lost in the previous election? How is he going to catch up with that? How is he going to
The MPP lost by over
canvass-
1.6 or 1.7 million votes.
canvass for more votes to beat and cross the 50+1 mark by the Electoral Commission? So, I mean, the 2020 election is going to be a very interesting, more crucial than that of the 2024
We still have another 2 years and what,
Of
4
course.
months
And
or
so
3
the
months
Electoral
thereabout.
Commission,
Yeah.
I believe this is a very good one. I believe that every now and then there should be electoral reforms.
That's right.
So that, I mean, things become very easy. I hope that one day we'll get to the American system where
A few hours, we're done.
you are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electronic
So what
voting.
happens to
Yeah.
her deputies who are
That's what I was going to ask.
taking
Yeah.
place? Because
No, they resigned. I mean,
one resigned,
One retired,
one was retired.
Yeah, so I'm sure they'll promote somebody.
And
I mean,
because
it is
the-
because of
the
elections that we
director-
are so fascinated
director of
about who
electoral
gets to
service-
work at the Electoral Commission. Ideally, this is also one of those state organizations.
Yeah.
Someone can just be promoted
No,
to.
but this person
Or maybe
who's-
they'll-
the person who's
they'll put in an
spoken
application.
is a replacement.
Okay.
This is the director of electoral service that was occupied by
Bossman.
Tete,
Or
Tete.
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 Some of
Yeah.
right? So now we have Sam Odotukwa. So it means that he's been replaced.
Yeah,
No,
so some-
but is his designation?
Director of electoral services.
No. Then that is not it. Because he's supposed to be a commissioner.
yeah.
Because these two that have resigned are commissioners. They are part of
They'll
the seven
find-
commissioners.
they'll find somebody and put them there. They'll find
Yeah.
somebody and put them there.
Yes, yes.
Electoral service and
Yes,
charge of
to a director.
Okay, very well.
Yeah.
I mean, the most important thing is that when we have elections, they should be smooth,
Yeah.
and they should not be elections that would bring any challenges or anything. So,
yeah, sure.
whoever they put there, honestly, I'm
Because-
not.
But you hear the ruling party's chairman make the point that now that 2 of the deputies have resigned, some have resigned, some have gone on retirement, there will be no need to hound
Jay Mensah.
Jay Mensah.
Okay. Again,
Why?
These are
Eh? In fact, whatever they have against her is suspended. I mean,
Whatever. It's up to them. It's up to them.
Hey, Ghana.
The woman is there in the interest of Ghana. I don't think if she's doing a good job, keep her there. I mean, that's how I see it.
But is she doing a good job in the sight of the politician? Because in opposition, you said she was not doing a good job.
It's up to them.
She was part of the issues, the tension in this country.
You can never meet the what's the word? You can never satisfy everyone at a certain level. Some would agree, some would disagree. I remember I had the party chairman for the NDC after the election last year, Comers, and he was clearly, incidentally, both of them were women leading those organizations, Madame CJ and then Madame EC Boss.
Yes.
He made it very clear, but he also emphasized that was his opinion. It wasn't the party's position.
Yeah.
If it was up to him, those two would go, because for him, they had not done a good job. So I remember I even posed him, what would be the indicators of saying that this woman did? And he gave a litany of reasons as to whether people bought into them or not. Again,
but have you heard about the director of IT or something who was
the party communicator?
The party communicator for
in charge of IT. Is he still there?
We should be finding out.
What would be the justification to sack him?
Well, the guy said there's a test on.
What would be the so? For example, because let's say Doctor.
I feel the place has to be sanitized, because you see, this is the Electoral Commission of the
He
Republic
was working.
of Ghana.
He was with a party, correct? But when he came in, has he done a professional job? Has he done anything that suggests that he put the party's interest ahead of Ghana? Then you see there's a justification, because everybody, even on this table, everybody voted for a certain political party. But when you find yourself in a certain position, you do. So but when you come in for any position, it is your professionalism on the job that matters. So, for example, he was accused of being a party person, but since he came in, has he worked in such a way where everybody say, he's done everything to show that he's a party man, or has he come in?
But Kwame, I understand the argument you are making, but the optics are also very crucial.
Of course, I don't deny that.
Why would you want to put, against all reasoning, you would want to appoint somebody who sits on radio, like the way we invited the MPP, NDC, and a social CSO personality for our political discussion this morning? The man is all over the place. Then, against all reasoning, when you will be able to appoint that person?
He was appointed based on his professionalism.
Please.
In that industry.
Why? The whole Ghana? Are you telling me the whole Ghana?
No.
You could only get to a party communicator to be in charge of IT at the Electoral Commission of the Republic of Ghana. How?
Are you suggesting that if you are a political commentator?
Yes. I have no place. Yes.
You shouldn't get appointed.
Yes.
If you're appointed, you reject that.
No, I shouldn't be appointed into that state agency.
Even when you qualify.
Qualify anyone. The qualification is what I'm telling you. It is part of the qualification. You look at the background of all these people.
The qualification is before he joined politics, there was a profession as an IT expert.
Yes.
And so, in line of politics, he decided to communicate for a particular party. And then the party says that I am appointing you not because you speak for the party, but for professionalism as an IT expert in the industry. What is wrong with
into Electoral Commission? You are not getting it. Electoral Commission is supposed to be a middle entity.
Politically, we think that no, but you are saying you admit that the issue of commission even votes.
Yes.
But if granted that admitted that the Jemensan is an NPP person, why did the DC win the election?
No. It doesn't come to play. No.
It does.
It doesn't. I'm saying that it doesn't because she could not
manipulate the system in favor of the NPP.
No. I'm not talking about manipulation of any system.
That is what
I'm not talking about any. I am saying that the optics are critical. Like you said, he's a professional. He's whatever. But I'm saying that against all reasoning, I will not, as a president, appoint somebody who openly sits on air and defend my party, my political ideologies, and what have you, into an institution that is seemingly or seen to be a middle person in election of an election. Please.
Okay. I guess everyone would have an opinion about this as to why Kujo or Ama should be giving a job. But me, I've always felt it's unfortunately everything has been politicized pretty much in this country. So even if you are the most suitable person for the job, don't look at your party affiliation first.
Mostly
or otherwise.
For example, this appointment of CJ and all of these critical positions, IGP and all of those things. Can you imagine if for any reasoning, you hear the current people handling like the CJ and the IGP pass any comment to suggest that they belong to any of these political parties?
But they live their life. People know them all. So, for example, I can't mention the name of this particular person. The moment NDC won, I am told even the lowest of the lowest ranks in that particular security organization knew that the boss was going to be person A, because everybody in that security agency knows that Papa was an NDC man.
Yes, that has not come to the table.
But
is he on radio?
He doesn't have to be on radio.
Yes,
but they know.
Who knows?
Does it make any?
Who knows?
They know.
Yes,
they know.
I don't know.
So I'm telling you.
I don't know. But you can't even put that a name.
But I can't put that.
But this is somebody who was joining the table of political discussions openly. That is the difference. That is where my argument is coming from.
Is he qualified?
Yeah, Cardi. Everybody is qualified. Everybody is qualified. I am saying that the President Akufo-Addo at the time, for me, got it wrong. You could have just, yes, if you want to put an MPP person there, yes, they are equally,
or a moderate, a quiet MPP person.
They're equally big.
Lisa could have been appointed, but
we are here. When it gets to maybe a few months to elections, Doctor will have him here to still talk about these things, because I'm sure NDC would by all means do certain things like this that you come and defend. So we are all here. We will see.
So Lizzie, you are saying I defend the NDC?
No, I'm not saying.
Hey,
Lizzie, I don't have anything to say. Anyway, any other issues quickly before we move on?
Yeah,
there's
this
Third one
okay.
The deputy CEO for
why are they?
NPA.
NPA,
Yeah, I picked up on that only yesterday.
When?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, the story program.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then I called someone at NPA.
National Pensions Authority.
No.
NPA.
Edugista.
And maybe I'm Ninamu.
Yeah.
Yesterday I saw the pictures. I was like, what's happening? So I had to refresh it and then read the captions. And it was so bad.
I met him at an event last year. He came across.
I've seen it. Not the paper, but I've not paid attention to it.
He's not frontline. Let me put it that way. He's not known. He's not. So even at the event, I remember when he was introduced. I didn't even know Edgy had a deputy at that time. I didn't even know. Some quiet, young man.
Very sad, very sad, very sad.
London.
Yeah.
May so rest in peace.
Yes. Kwame. What's his name? Julius.
Lugas.
The DVLA.
What has he done?
Yes, he says 75% of ride-hailing drivers use fake licenses, and then the DVLA is going to make sure they clamp these people down. So the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority (DVLA) has disclosed that 75% of drivers operating on ride-hailing platforms in Ghana have fake driving licenses. The CEO of DVLA, Julius Nikwe Kote, disclosed this on Atinka TV on Tuesday, August 11, 2026, saying the development raises serious concerns about the authenticity of the licenses being used by the drivers in the ride-hailing sector. According to him, the DVLA's ride-hailing monitoring system has revealed that a significant proportion of drivers operating on the platforms are using fraudulent licenses, and that is critical. So
I'm sure that's why I've been seeing their team on some major streets.
Yes, that one
Checking,
I took part in that. That one was more of the DV plate.
No, this one I saw them. Was it Friday
Yes.
or Monday?
Yes,
I saw them on some notable streets.
yes. So they are doing the operation on the DV plate as well as some of these licenses.
I
But there are
see.
a lot of the DV plates that are also fake in the system.
How would you know? What are the features?
The features. Oh, this should I demonstrated it here.
Yeah, I remember.
Maybe tomorrow.
Because with
Yes, I'll bring the plate.
DV ones.
Yeah.
But I'm talking
I'll
of the
license.
proper one, because
The
you say
proper
the
one, yes.
hailing
Yeah,
guys.
the proper one, yes,
'Cause
I'll bring the
they have
fake one.
registered, number plates. Is there any way I can just look at the number plates and know
Okay,
this one is proper?
so
or this
usually
one is
when
not?
in that exercise they took me through it. So usually when they stop you, they start looking when they are approaching the vehicle. You have to see certain features on the DV plate.
As the car is approaching,
Yes.
they know, but we
So
don't.
like
know.
when
Yeah.
they raise their hand and they stop you and you are parking, he's watching, and so they showed me how they detect. And then when they get closer to you as well, or the plate, there's something at the back of the plate they look at. I was taken through the training, my brother.
Okay, so if you don't,
So
if
now
you
I
don't have
know.
the proper one,
And so they immediately they remove it, and then you go like that. They tell you to go and regularize, get the right one from their stations, their offices in town.
and if you had already paid some good money to,
That one is your matter. Because it's fake.
Yeah, I think he came. He
I
came.
see.
It wasn't last week. He came here.
And Kwame, the features are very interesting. If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know,
but do they have enough men on the streets, enough men or women on the streets to be checking this? Because I don't know how many millions of cars there are in
occasional
Ghana.
thing. When they get a sense that it's becoming the fake is becoming unbecoming, then
they hit the streets.
They hit the street and try and clear the mess.
I think mostly they work with the MTTD.
Okay.
Yes, there were
Yeah.
policemen accompanying that, so that if you want to be difficult enough, then they just hand you over. I already know you yourself. You are the wrong side of the law, having
Because I know what knowing how these things work. People would genuinely say, I went to so and so location and I bought it. How am I supposed to know that
Yes.
it should have this feature, that feature, that feature, that feature? Especially when there's very little education in that regard. Because I need it, so I go and I get it. But if when I was going to that particular office, or even with the Guru boy standing outside, I was told that it has A, B, C, D features. The moment I get it, I look at all of that. If it doesn't have it, I don't
Yes,
buy.
so there even the fake one, you see a difference between the embossment of the Ghana flag as against the original one. You have to see certain lines as you approach the plate and you are watching. You would have to see certain lines like waves.
Can they do a lot more education on that?
So I think that's what the DVLA boss himself is going on the media tour educating.
Yeah,
He
we
came
are
here last
scheduling.
week,
Yes,
and
Class FM.
Yeah, he came here last week,
I was
Class
on
FM,
505.
505,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
also at Accra FM. And I've seen him a couple of times on other media platforms, educating people and also talking about some rollout that DVLA is bringing on board to make things.
There are some
That's fair.
stars. Even there's a star you have to see on the plate as you're approaching it. You see a star, and it has to be. My brother.
I think they should go on a
Yes,
lot
yes.
more, a lot
They
more
are,
education,
they
a
are.
lot more.
They're doing
Okay, this is my personal one. It's not just about Mr. Kuti, but I'm sure they have a corporate affairs unit.
Yeah.
That team should. It cannot be the MD or CEO doing everything. What I see with DVLA Communications is that he seems to be very much at the forefront.
Yeah.
I barely see the departments being at the forefront, respectfully.
Yeah.
If the department can also take, because the CEO has office work to do, he has meetings to attend and all of that, and then he still has to go to radio to do
And
demonstrations.
maybe that's their strategy.
well,
When the CEO puts certain things out, or he himself is all over the place,
he leads the conversations,
he
but
leads
you
the
can't lead the conversations all the time. Then
but-
why do you have the units?
And of course, maybe there's some saying if the CEO himself is speaking, then he's putting a weight on what he's talking about. Like the general public will have to understand that he's serious, or the entity is serious about.
Okay, like you said, maybe it's their style. So,
So Kwame, as we are
need
going, let me
yeah.
say a very good morning to my very good friend Vanessa Jan. Good morning. I know you are listening to us.
please.
Hey, Mrs. Vanessa
I just
Jan.
asked, it was
So
just
I've
a
qualified
habit
it, Mrs. Vanessa Jan. So don't ask me Who is
Oh,
she?
just a harmless
She
question.
works with the-
My brother.
No, she's
That's
very
all.
Mrs.
fine.
Vanessa
That
Jan.
would address her properly. That's all. She's
Mrs.
the
Vanessa Jan
chairman
is
of,
listening to us. A very good morning to her.
Dog Sons and Company.
And then
we just
Mame Doreen is also listening to us. They've all sent me messages that they are paying attention to the conversation, and the Yemadie part is killing them. KOG's Yemadie. Hey!
Anyway, let me say a big thank you to the guys for helping. We're going to get into the birthday segment very, very shortly. So if today happens to be your birthday, or if you know someone who is celebrating his or her birthday, then we can do this together on this platform. You're still live. You're on Plus 91.3 FM. He was born on this day in 1979, so he's celebrating birthday number 47. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Anthony Cabo. Today also happens to be the birthday of Derek Esiama of Tema Metropolitan Assembly. May God continue to bless you. This one is coming from Jonathan. So happy birthday to you, Mr. Derek Esiama of TMA. This one is coming from Jonathan. Let me also take the opportunity to celebrate a number of friends who were born on this day. Mrs. Mame Sewa Ejukum Boating. These days you're domiciled in the United States. Happy birthday to you. Today also happens to be the birthday of my uncle, the one who comes directly after my mom. He's celebrating his birthday. Uncle, happy birthday to you. May the blessings of the Lord be your portion. Madam Emilia Tete, you're celebrating your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Mr. Papa Kwesi Saki Jr., today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you as well. And then Mr. George Tete, you're also celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Mr. Bernard Osei Sibi, you're celebrating your birthday today. Happy birthday to you as well.
Class 91.3 FM.
This is Class 91.3, and this is A Piece of My Mind, which is a segment of the show where I share my thoughts on a subject or more, and also give you an opportunity for you to share your thoughts. You can reach us via multiple means. We are streaming live on Facebook, so give us a comment, give us a like, give us a share, and give us a watch. Or you can send me your thoughts on WhatsApp on 0500,000 202, 0500,000 202. Our phone lines are still being worked on, still being managed, but if you feel so strongly about any of the issues that I'm going to be sharing, you can send your message through our WhatsApp number on 0500,000 202, 0500,000 202. You can send us a voice note as well, and I will be more than glad to take that. This morning, I am going to be focusing on two issues. I'm going to be focusing on issues concerning Galamsey and Naimos, and then I'll be also focusing on issues concerning a conversation that we had earlier on about importation of a number of food items into this country. Let me start off with a story on Naimos, which appears to be on many major online portals. I read this brief and then I'll share my thoughts. That the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, has arrested 40 people and seized several items used for illegal mining during operations across 6 mining endemic regions. Emphasis on endemic regions. The operations were conducted from Monday, July 27 to Sunday, August 2, 2006 in the Western North, Western, Ashanti, Ahafo, Savannah, and the Eastern regions. Now it has gotten to Savannah too. According to NIMOS, the intelligence-led operations targeted illegal mining activities along major rivers, forest reserves, reclaimed mining sites, and other areas identified as hotspots. Please take note of that again. Major rivers, forest reserves, reclaimed mining sites, and other areas identified as hotspots. Quote, during the reporting period, operations were concentrated along the Ankobra, Bia, Toya, Tano, and Butri rivers in forest and riverine areas around Enchi, and at the reclaimed mining sites in the Desri Forest Reserve, the Birim River, and the Tepagoso districts, the Secretariat said in its weekly report. The operations resulted in the seizure of excavators, vehicles, motorbikes, water pumps, generators, mining machines, and other equipment linked to illegal mining. In the Western North, on July 29th, NIMOS arrested 8 suspects at Sikeniasem, including 2 Chinese nationals and 6 Guineans. The suspects were identified as Liu Zhaoqing, 47, Fugzi Qing, who is 48, Lushao Adam, 29, Razak Al Hassan, 24, Abdul Majid Dauda, 26, Bilal Yakubu, 18, and Mangel Yankee, together with Idrisu Al Hassan. The operation led to the seizure of an excavator, a Toyota Land Cruiser, an excavator monitor, a generator, 3 motorbikes, 9 water pumps, and a single barrel 12 gauge shotgun. The task force also destroyed 14 water pumps, 7 champagne machines, 4 generators, and 5 makeshift structures used to support illegal mining activities. NIMOS also said that reconnaissance operations at Dadieso, Seshi Ahimbenso, Seshi Junasi, Kramukrum, Ejaka, KKB village, and surrounding cocoa farms also generated intelligence on planned illegal mining activities. And the story goes on and on and on with reportage from all the 6 regions. I just want to concentrate on a few things as I share my thoughts on this. Only last week, and remember that these operations were conducted between July 27th and August 2. Only last week, we celebrated the person. We commemorated the passing of 8 notable gentlemen who died in very sad circumstances. They were on their way to Obuasi as part of the outcome step. Sadly, we lost all of them. Every now and then when we've engaged authorities in that space, the impression that is created, or what they tell us, or what they communicate to us, is that they are working very hard. And they are always giving us progress reports or things that they have been able to do or things that they have been able to achieve. But the questions that we've always kept asking every time we engage a team from NIMOS, a ministry, or whatever agency that is fighting this is, how are these things still happening? Now, according to NIMOS, not us, the intelligence-led operations targeted illegal mining activities, 1, along major rivers. So when we say a major river, it simply means that the river is not hiding somewhere. There's a river that a lot of people would see, a lot of people will notice, and a lot of people possibly live and work by. So if galamsey activities are happening by these major rivers, you're asking yourself, why? All the people in those communities, are they blind? That particular community where this was done, they don't have an assemblyman. They don't have an MC. They don't have a DC. They don't have a member of parliament. There's no regional minister. And all of these people are not aware that these activities are happening along these major rivers. They don't know. Then they talk about forest reserves. The same forest reserves that every now and then we are being told that they have been reclaimed. How are these people finding themselves there? And this is not only one place, 6 regions. So the same forest reserves that have been reclaimed, how is it that people are finding themselves there? And when they find them, what are the things that they see? They tell us that they have seized excavators, vehicles, motorbikes, water pumps, generators, mining machines, and other equipment linked to illegal mining. An excavator is not like a mobile phone. So that when an excavator has to navigate its way from somewhere or one location to the other, you can fold it and put it in your pockets. And then when you get to the forest, you reassemble them. The excavators are leaving Tema or any of these, entry points. Like my brother Mullah Umar would always say, they use the routes. They go through the routes. They go through various checkpoints. Even if that excavator is going to be used in the construction of the road, you have documents to show that this excavator is going to be used for road construction and not mining. We are told that they have tracking systems that will show that this excavator is in location A or is in location B. When these excavators are going through a community, people see them. The police commander will see them. The district police commander will see them. The assemblyman is aware. The DC is aware. The MC is aware. And still these excavators are able to beat immigration and still go into the forest. Who are we fooling? Or who are we deceiving? Vehicles. They don't state a specific number. They say vehicles. Again, a vehicle is not a car that you put in your pockets. So that when all of these vehicles find themselves in these areas, you are telling me that nobody saw the vehicles going towards that direction. And all the people who lived in that particular community, everybody went on commercial break and nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. I mean, why are we tickling ourselves and laughing? Motorbikes were seized. The motorbikes, they flew through the air and found themselves at all of these places. The water pumps, they make a lot of noise. I told you of my story when I went to the areas around Osino going. You can't even sleep. Like that all through the night to the following morning. Are the locals saying that they are not aware? Is the local chief not aware? The community elders, they are not aware. The opinion leaders, they are not aware. The district police commander, the assemblyman, the DC, the MC, all of these people are telling us that they are not aware and they don't hear this. Generators. I am not aware of quiet generators in this country. The generators that I see in this country, noise. And they are making noise. And people are living in these places. And they are security people. In fact, I'm told that there is a national security person in practically every district working with the team. Are they saying that they don't know all of these things? Mining machines, they haven't told us what exactly they are, but they say mining machines. I'm imagining what these mining machines are. Again, they are not the size of mobile phones, so that when they get to the forest or the bushes or the river site, that is where they unpack it and that is where they assemble them. Some of them, I'm sure, in the state in which they are, big as they are carried there like that. So they are carried through cars. They go through multiple checkpoints. There are police people at these checkpoints. They don't check the cars, or they don't know, or they do affairs. And the Chinese are still there. I keep on telling myself that, look, the Chinese man doesn't know Diasu. The Chinese man doesn't know the communities that are mentioned. It is the Ghanaian who is leading them there. And the people, the big men in these communities, they are aware. No way anybody can convince me that people are not aware of the actions of all of these people. Look at the things that they mention. Excavators, vehicles, motorbikes, water pumps, generators, mining machines, and other equipment linked to illegal mining. That one cry, they don't even tell us what the other equipment are. And we say we are fighting. Fighting what? So, for example, the Naimos and their team would go to clear. And then the moment they are out, then others will fall in. What are we doing? And it is costing Naimos a lot of money to do this. At least I have friends who work with that organization. If not for anyone at all, I know my brother Kabori, who has been visiting us regularly. And the effort that they are putting in, to the extent that their lives are even at stake when they have to go to some of these places. Because when they go there, some of these people have machine guns, wherever they are getting them, only God knows. And they are going to be fighting these people at the expense of their lives. So the moment they get out, then others will get in. What are we doing? What are we doing? And we claim we are fighting this. In any serious space, this nonsense will not happen. That we are spending a lot of money to deal with the threats, and yet the moment the team is out, then the others will fall in. It's a complete joke when you hear or when you come across some of these stories. And that will link me to one of the stories that we raised about the pollution of the water bodies and the fact that we are spending a lot of money to ensure that we get our water purified. Rivers are not static. A lot of them move. And it is most of these water bodies that are treated for you to drink. These days, nobody drinks from the tap anyway. Especially if you live in an urban area, nobody drinks from the tap. Everybody is buying bottled water or everybody is buying mineral water. But this is the thing. Who told you that the bottled water or the mineral water you are buying is safe? Who told you that? Because it is coming from these same water bodies. And who told you that when it is treated, everything is taken out of the water? It's not possible. You and I will drink it. So you see a lot of young people dying of all of these sicknesses associated with the consumption of water and food from these areas, and we are worried. Who are we deceiving? We are causing the problems ourselves, and we are fighting the problem at the same time. We are not serious people. We are not serious people. In any serious jurisdiction, this nonsense would have stopped a long time ago if there was really a desire to fight it, and not because of the greed of some individuals. In any serious environments, when they put their mind on dealing with something, at least it is minimized to a certain percentage. But now it looks like what we are doing here is comedy. How can you tell me that we are fighting all of these things and we are still seizing all of these things in these same places? Is it not along the major rivers that we have the blue water guard people? So are we saying that when these Galamsey people are doing their thing, all of these blue water people, they disappear into the forest, or they go home, or there's nobody there to even check, or to even go and do whistle blowing? There's nobody there. These same forest reserves that we say we have claimed, they go back inside. Who is giving them the license and the power to go back inside? Is it not human beings? Reclaimed mining sites. So sites that have been reclaimed, people are going back there. So who is giving them the permission to go back there? And other areas identified as hotspots. So if an area is identified as a hotspot, then it means that there are people there who are managing the place. So security is there, but people are still doing the Galamsey there. Play day on high top. And it's not just one place, so 6 regions. As for Western North, it looks like they are on their own. I've been there a number of times, and the level of Galamsey in that region, it is on another level. Anybody who tells me that we are dealing with any effort to fight Galamsey in Western North, it is a complete joke. Nothing is happening there. I go there every now and then quietly to do other things. There is nothing happening there. Ashanti region, again, it depends. It's a very large expanse of land. But for those of you who are familiar with my home region, we know where the Galamsey is done. In Ahafo, we know where it is done. Savannah is a huge region. But the last time I checked, places around Bole, thereabouts, people have started doing their own thing there. As for the Eastern region, we know now. we know where it is done. Live and colored. The moment you hit Apeja, all the way, it's Yomu live and colored. Everybody knows it. Ebuaka North, Ebuaka South, Etiwa East, Etiwa West, Fantiakwa, those two Fantiakwes, Kede, all the way to the Akwetia inside there, going to the corner over there. We know where it is done. It is not rocket science. Yet we claim we are fighting it. We are just joking. We are not fighting anything. The second issue I want to talk about briefly, and then I get to possibly play your voice notes, because unfortunately our phone lines are still in a difficult state. So you can send us a voice note if that suits you, and then we'll play that here. Or you can send us a message on 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. The other issue I want to talk about is that story that Les raised concerning the importation of food. And then we focus on tomatoes and ginger, but of course there are others. The figures I saw about tomato is a very big worry. $168 million. In the past, our biggest worry was about rice. And I'm told that rice, till this day, we are importing rice to the tune of over 1.2 billion. Never mind all the rice that is going waste in Shai Sudoku. And the fact that the president has even ordered, a lot of the rice is consumed in our schools, at least in our secondary schools and at least in our homes. Even in the secondary schools, the president has ordered that we should be taking the Ghana rice there for our kids to go, or our nephews and our nieces to be eating the food. That one crank. Because there are galamseyers in that area. You know what I mean. For those of you who are in that business, there are galamseyers there. They are importing the rice. So anything that would affect the local rice production, they will do it. And it is not different in the tomato sector, if you care to know. It is not different. As far back as the 60s, Kwame Nkrumah had a plan. As far back as the 60s, there was Pualugu. As far back as the 60s, as far back as the 60s, we had a company here that was producing corner beef. I won't say corned beef or canned beef, corner beef. That is what we were brought up with. As far back as then. So if Kwame Nkrumah had all of these plans well laid out, what about the organizations that came right after? As in the leadership, in the last 60 years, they too, what have they done? What have they done to add value to the things that Kwame Nkrumah started? Go to Tema Ports. Go and see the number of big people who are involved in the importation of rice and the tin tomato business or the tomato puree business. Go and see. Go there today. You see them there. Big and very powerful, influential people who are involved in that business. So anything to affect local production, they will do it because it would affect their business. Can you imagine all the tomato coming from Akoma Dayen or Finsu area alone and the one coming from Navrungo and all the other areas? The thing is that in this country, we are so blessed with fertile and arable lands. There are some plants, anywhere you put them, they will grow. Even in my house, in Ghana East here, in my house. When I first moved into that community, people were, I don't know where that idea went to, the backyard gardens. Now people are just cementing their houses and causing a lot of floods. Almost everybody had a mini farm in their houses, especially for those who had relatively decent land. And the tomato will grow there, the okra will grow there, jene will grow there, the ginger will grow there. So if it's about growing them, it shouldn't be a problem. But the conversations are not just limited to the growth. The conversations are limited to transport, storage, and turning the products around. So we plant the crops all over the country. A lot of them are in areas where the routes that would bring the products from there to the urban centers or the areas where they are consumed is very bad. So how would a tomato leave all of those places and come here? Now that's the first challenge. When they bring them to the market, consumption then also becomes a problem because it's competing with other products. So just like Liz told us, we have Burkina tomato and then we have Ghana tomato. People would have the option. Then the worst part is the storage part. So when people are not buying them, what happens to them? Tomato is not a product that you can keep forever. At some point, it would start going bad. And then we are told that percentages, God knows how many, 40%, 50% of the tomato that is produced, a lot of them go waste because we can't store them. Meanwhile, people have put in a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears in the cultivation of this tomato. And then they just go waste. And then people will plug into that space and import. A lot of the products that are imported, a lot of processed food with all kinds of chemicals to ensure that the product lasts longer. So you see, the product, any product that has a date, best before end. Something will keep the product, especially when it is food, for that period. Chemicals. And they are going into your body. You are going to Sunday school and you read Adam lived for 930 years. You think he was eating tin tomatoes. Methuselah lived for 950 years. You think he was eating beans put in a container. They just went to the farm, got it. They were not drinking ice water. They were drinking cold water from the passing river. So they lived for 950 years. You half of the food that is going into your body is chemicals. So these days you see it 40, 50, 49, 70, 72, then God has blessed you. 49, 35, 29, dying just like that. And most of the time it is traced to the things that we are eating. But it does not appear that there is a deliberate policy to fight all of these things, because the powerful and the mighty are involved. Who are involved in the Galamsey? Is it not the powerful and the mighty who are sorting out all the people in the chain? They are sorting out MCs, they are sorting out assemblymen, they are sorting out the chiefs, they are sorting out the regional police commander, they are sorting out the district police commander, they are sorting out the MP. Some of them are even involved. The same thing with the food. It is them who are there, who are importing it. So we will be where we are. Tony, I've seen your message. You say I should stop worrying myself because nothing will change. Tony, it's a problem. It's a problem. That's the only thing I can do, Tony. I can only use my platform. Beyond that, there's nothing I can do. I can't go and arrest anybody in the bush. Who am I? Don't even beat me and kill me. It is a shame when we say we are fighting Galams. We are not fighting anything. We are not fighting anything. Anyway, I'll be reading your messages and I'll be playing your voice notes as well. Some of you have been kind enough to send me your voice notes, so I'm going to be playing them shortly. If you're listening to us and you have some very strong views about these issues that we're discussing, you have a number of ways. Unfortunately, we are having a challenge with our phone lines, so we can't pick calls at this point. But what we can do is to take your voice notes and then is to take in your messages as well. So let me try and play the voice notes of some of you who have been kind enough to do that.
Hello, good morning, Master Kwame, and your listeners and viewers. Thank you for this opportunity. This is Alas and from Zenu Central. What I think we have to do more, or the government should do more, is to let people follow Untumi in jail. Those who are doing Galamsey, the government should put its foot down and let them follow Untumi on jailed. They should visit the Insawam. They are killing all of us slowly, and we are talking. We have talked from Akufado, first John Mama, Akufado, and John Mama again. We still talk and talk and talk, and still, what they mind is their money, making money, endangering all of us. We should make sure, the government should make sure those campaigns behind who are bringing these excavators. In fact, they should follow, they should go to jail. They should have arrested them. They know them, we know them, people know them, but why are we selling them? You see, the painful side of it is that when people are arrested and then you see people coming to defend them in the name of politics, in the name of party, while when the person is enjoying those monies with his kicks, some people are suffering from those benefits they are getting. When they arrest them, people will be complaining of they have wife, they have kids, while others people, wife and kids are being endangered. In fact, this call must be heard, and the authorities should put their feet down and fight it. Have a good day, bro. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Alhassan Sisi, for sending us those very strong words. Okay, Eben has also sent me a voice note.
Good morning, a friend, a brother from the same constituency. Hope you are doing well. As I've been saying, follow who know road. Follow who know road. Ashimo still maintain. You see, my brother, the truth is, the government is seriously fighting Galamsey. But it is up to us, we the citizens, in where Galamsey is going on. We have to, help the government in fighting it. Okay? And from the way things are going, the citizenry in the mining areas need to be
Class
blamed,
91.3
especially our
FM.
chiefs. The question we need to ask ourselves, what are the chiefs also doing in those areas to help Galamsey and to help fight the menace? Okay, they are part of it. Because if government will be doing all possible means in fighting this and the chiefs also are not helping, what do you expect the government to do? For me, I'll continue to tell my government that they should do their possible best. And Mr. President, I'm pleading with you. I'm on my knees this morning. If possible, 3 months ahead of us, please declare what? State of emergency in the mining areas. Because it seems all your efforts, people are saying you are not doing anything. Because if Galamseyers will not heed to the warnings, the instructions here and there, and continue to destroy our forests, I think shoot and kill have to be declared. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Eben, for your message. I appreciate you sending that. Let me also have a listen to Free Mensa. You send those voice notes.
Hello, Kwame. Good morning, Class FM. This is Mensa Mataiko. Kwame, I'm really surprised you still have the energy to talk about the Galamsey issue. I am sick and tired of talking about it. And I dare say that the NDC's own death warrant signed by them, especially by the executive, they don't learn. We're not learning. People perish while fighting this Galamsey. Ministers die. But the president and the entire executive develop a cold feet towards Galamsey for reason I can tell. That is their death warrant. Though MPP is so devilish, evilish, we don't like to go for them, but most Ghanaians will vote for NPP when NDC failed to deal with the Galamsey issue. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you very much, Mensa. I appreciate you sending that voice note as well. Wahab has also sent us a voice note.
Kwame, good morning. That's Kwame Uniana near Safeman. That's Kwame. I put my for a queen use me chairman MP. Honorable said my friend, Nami MC, Honorable Desmond, so Martin Jibril, no Honorable Kwesi Ashama. And I knew abroad or call for Deputy Communication Director or trouble to you or Mumwano. Na, that's Kwame. Galam says some ya debia ye can't want me. Say who can baby say sa insu na ededa ho na enye insu a hide.
Class 91.3 FM.
So omo hunu. Mas kwa me galam say ya ye nuanom na eye ana ya ye na eye ana ya ye nuanom ene yemma na eye ye kununum na eye nti bisa ho say de bia yankasa yesu se ne ma ese no nseme na ya kache nuanom no and mese kwa mind you say oman na ye tim no yakoya ade bi te say obi asole kan o say adwuma ni oman ni mu nti no adwuma e ho an say youth ni be galam say na ya me bisa say ye nim say adwuma na ebi ni oman mu nti obi o ya nroba so ye hwe ne so onya ana.
Alan, I appreciate your voice notes. Okay, Francis has also sent me a voice note. Let's have a listen to Francis. Francis, your voice note is blank. There's nothing in there. Okay, so let me get those one. Isaac Lamptey from Dakuman.
Good morning. If the government is playing with these Galamsey,
Class 91.3 FM.
so if possible, if he can, if possible, he should declare state of emergency, because where these things are getting to, it's getting out of hands. And look at a whole ministers died because of these Galamsey issues. So he should take a bold step and deal with them drastically. Because what they are doing, come on, it doesn't help. It doesn't help the nation. It doesn't help the nation at all. This Galamsey must stop. Galamsey must stop. This is Isaac from Dakuma.
Isaac, I appreciate you, and I say thank you for taking your time to send us the voice note this morning. Some of you have also sent us some messages. I want to read the messages right now. This one is coming from Nana Kofi. You say Galamsey is no longer just a political issue. It is a national emergency. The government cannot fight it alone. Chiefs, traditional leaders, community, security agencies, and most importantly, we as citizens have a role to play. We cannot keep destroying our rivers, farmlands, and future. and then expect the government to fix everything. If we are serious about ending galamsey, we must be prepared to make the difficult decisions and support the government when it comes to action. This is bigger than the NDC or the NPP. It is about Ghana and the kind of country we leave for the next generation. Nana Kofi, you send me those one. Thank you, Nana. This one says, good morning, Kwame. With the online drivers using fake licenses, it is not accurate or true. Genuine licenses are used by drivers, but the fake licenses are used to create multiple online app accounts. Okay, that's an interesting one. This one says, good morning, Kwame. See, the youth in this country are arrogant. Please kindly read Revelations 11:18, especially the last part, to all your listeners. And we should also take note that activities of us which contribute to deteriorating our beautiful earth, Jack, we would all die and leave all the material possessions we have acquired. Treat your environment well. Thank you. This one says, Kwame, stop worrying yourself about this galamsey issues, lah. Are you not tired? Oh, Tony. Miare Jojo. This galamsey issues, let's try shoot and kill and see if they would not stop. Just like you said, that one we have mentioned it, but it doesn't look like that's an option on the table at the moment. I don't see that as an option on the table at the moment. So, well, let's see. Maybe at some point it may be considered, but it doesn't look like it is an option to me at the moment. Peter Inopa Saperman, you say, for galamsey issues, I think assemblymen and women are to be arrested together with all the chiefs residing in the galamsey towns where these unhealthy things are ongoing. You two have said some more. This one says, good morning, Kwame. Please wish a happy birthday to my wife, Stella Ekia Dampare. Also, Ekia Dampare Akable of CID headquarters, cantonments, and this one is coming from their husband, Michael Akable. And then you go ahead to say, Kwame, please, if the DVLA boss is saying that 75% of drivers are using fake license, it means that then this is a system failure. Who issues these licenses to the drivers or to those who applied for them? It is unfortunate for the boss of the DVLA himself to move from one radio station to the other to educate the public on issues. The PRO department can take over. He should be up and doing. Thank you, Kwame. Again, maybe that's their policy, but I personally feel that the corporate affairs department should be doing this, and then maybe he focuses more on there. Maybe when they are coming out with a new thing, yeah, he can come up and talk about it. But the everyday work, if the corporate affairs department can handle that, again, that's my opinion. Big Fredo says, good morning, Kwame. I stopped talking about the galamsey fights after the departure of the 8 gallant men. One would expect that the barbaric death of 8 notable men would have spurred us on to put a stop to this. But what do we see? Please, nobody is fighting galamsey. The machines are not power banks that can be put into the pockets of who owns them. They are fooling us and pretending to be fighting it. Let me agree with you, Chairman. I agree with you. Good morning, Kwame. Ghana go be like that. What at all is the use of the CSRL, Ministry of Food and Agric, Fisheries Commission, and the co-mininis? All these agencies and more, what's their core mandates? How have they been useful in their mandates when we can't even research, develop and produce the required quality and quantity of tomatoes, ginger, onions, salmon and other items imported in those millions of dollars? It's sad. Sometimes I lose hope in this country, but keep convincing myself that it will be. Abdul Insansity. And you go ahead to say, Kwame, as for the galamsey, until the government declares their activities as a war against the state, deploy our military to counter it like others have done elsewhere, nothing would change. Okay. Good morning, Kwame. I hope you're good. Please wish my constituency incoming women's organizer of Adenta, Yvette Kwanzaa, a happy birthday. Tell her I love her. And this one is coming from Princess Fine Girl in Adenta. Good morning, Kwame. I think that all of us should stop complaining and do something right for once. We keep throwing away the tomato seeds that we can easily nurse at our backyards. We can grow tomatoes in empty containers. Paul in Dowinya. Paul, I mentioned that. I mean, growing up as a child, we were planting the tomatoes everywhere. Now we have used concrete everywhere. Good morning, I'm Eben from Kwabinya. You say, Lady President Gato of GBA, your petition to CJ Bafuboni is neither here nor there. This is not the first time courts in Ghana are sitting during legal vacation. Okay. Well, you can also send your message to WhatsApp number 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. Let me play Francis's voice notes before he comes for me. Oh. Francis, only you, why? I can't seem to be able to play a voice note, but I will try to download it and get to play it. But you can also send us your thoughts very, very strongly on the issues that we are about to discuss. The WhatsApp number remains same, 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. This morning, I will be joined by my brother Saka Salia, representing the NPP, Dr. Kwame Fujo, who is Deputy Managing Director of the PBC. He visited us last week. And I also do have Mr. Geoffrey Okansi. He's Executive Director, Revenue Mobilization Africa. He's a revenue and anti-corruption advocate. It's been a while. I mean, he visited us somewhere last year. I haven't seen him since. Maybe he's been mobilizing some money. That's why I've not been seen in recent times. But hey, all of these people are going to be joining us very shortly as we get into these issues. You stick and stay with us.
Class 91.3 FM.
Good morning, Kwame and team. In fact, on this Galamsey issue, we just can't understand GM. Ghanaians voted for you massively to solve this Galamsey issue. But we just can't understand. Why can't GM deploy the army into the forest to just fight these people with the armor cars and with the guns at these people, so that our water bodies can get clean for us and with the chemicals going down? Mr. President, we are begging you, release the army into the forest to fight this Galamsey for us. What at all is the issue that GM cannot rise up? Is that the party members are behind the Galamsey or what? We can't get it. Mr. President, move the army into the forest to fight for us. The only solution is to shoot and kill. If they see you doing Galamsey in the forest, they will shoot at you. With this, they will all be scared. Mr. President, we are begging you. Ghanaian mothers, children, they are begging you. Rise up and fight with the army. Thank you, Kwame.
Okay, so that was my brother Francis sending that voice note concerning this Galamsey issue. I've got a few messages and I will start the conversation in the studio as well. This one says, Kwame, if the government is really serious of fighting Galamsey, he should be bold enough to declare a state of emergency. Until they do that, this will not go anywhere. This one says, hey Kwame, haven't you seen my message? Oh, I read it too. Maybe when I was reading, you went for a small break. I read the entirety of your message, Nana Kofi. Okay, my three friends have joined me in the studio, including my brother Saka, who decided to abandon me for whatever reason. He's in opposition, but he's enjoying.
Don't say that, Kwame. I cannot abandon you.
Giving me cocoa money, but now I don't see you.
Are you sure? You are never giving me.
Because
of the economy, you decided not to call me.
I didn't say anything about politics. I just mentioned cocoa, but you found a way to.
You know how the economy look like.
Oh.
Even those of you.
But the economy is looking good on you.
Those of you in the favorite position, you like we'll go into it.
Yeah. What I'm so sure of is that at the end of the show, Dr. Seto will give me cocoa drink.
Oh,
that one I can best my last person. That at least I'll get a cup of cocoa drink.
I know.
Or some bar of chocolates.
I know.
There are some others I don't even get. I don't even get tea bread money. So we'll move to our issues. This morning I have 4 issues, and I believe that my brothers are going to help us navigate our way through all of them. We have 4 issues on our plate. We're looking at we'll find a way to incorporate the Galamsey thing, but we're also looking at issues concerning the very sad story we're hearing about antiretroviral drugs. It's good that the Ghana Health Service has come out to clarify that they say that the drugs are available. I'm sure those who need them, they know where to get them. I'm not sure these are drugs that are sold in everyday pharmacy or chemical lines and shops. But the Ghana Health Service and the Ministry of Health say the drugs are available. So those of you who need them, please don't be too worried. There's the provisions have been made, we are told. And then we're also going to be looking at issues concerning procurements and supply of medical commodities. The ministry is restocking commodities at the medical stores. We understand that there was a bit of fires there some time ago. And then we'll look at other issues in here as well. Concerning that, the Chief Justice's decision to assign specific cases to selected courts, the university staff going on their strike. I understand that is they are being talked to, and then Madam said in her stomach issues will not go away, and I will tie that in with the Dubai trial. But this morning, let me introduce my 3 friends who have joined me. Saka Salia is here with us. Dr. Fujo is here. He's not going to talk about Kuku, but we'll discuss all of these things. And then my brother, who's been mobilizing a lot of revenue and chopping a loan himself, is also here in the studio with us.
Well, I was going to be kind to you and tell you that Saka just finished cocoa on the veranda. But you decided to attack me, so let me do the rest.
But you finished yours earlier.
I didn't say. I was going to provide you information.
I've been talking for almost 3 hours. I've not even drunk.
He was enjoying behind you.
At least me, I'm not hiding it.
The man came well prepared.
I'm a cocoa man.
Yeah. He made me very
a proper
scared.
Walla man.
A proper Walla cocoa man.
Yeah.
So I have to take cocoa before I can talk.
Okay.
And I know you.
But the way the man made me scared of politicians this morning.
Why?
I'm sure if this man was going for a rally, looking at the time, the young men will be waiting outside. And then that the way they do it, like the old man is coming, Charlie. And by this time they'll be routing some jammer down there, and then they say, "Well, the drums will be fighting over drums." And but see, in just Charlie, high morale, but in just about 5-10 minutes, the way the man finished the cocoa, Charlie, you come and he has a very straight face. So when they are there till like 1 p.m. and the people are complaining, one person will be like, "But the woman, no, boy, you no chop anything. Why you put it so? The man come on here. Oh, Charlie,
he's finished 1 gallon.
Charlie.
Anyway, let me. I know this is not part of the issues that we're discussing, but this thing from NIMOS has really got everyone talking. We sent you the issues we're going to discuss, but I wouldn't mind if you guys would want to share a word or two concerning this Galamsey and how we are fighting it. When you have an organization like NIMOS coming out to issue something like this, I find it very worrying. And because of the key things that they mention in that reports that they shared with a lot of online portals yesterday, they conducted operations from July 27 to August 2, and they mentioned 6 regions. This is not coming from just anyone. So Western North, Western, Ashanti, Ahafo, Savannah, and Eastern region. Saka is getting close to you. They will come to Upper West very soon. And for me, this is the worrying part. According to NIMOS, the intelligence-led operations targeted illegal mining activity. So they are ongoing. If they are not ongoing, they won't be targeted. Along one major rivers, the places where the blue and water guard people are supposed to be, with all the equipment that they need to fight or whistle blow or whatever. Major rivers. forest reserves, the same forest reserves that we are told are being reclaimed, they are there. Reclaimed mining sites, the sites that they have reclaimed, they have gone back there again. And other areas identified, emphasis on that, identified as hotspots. So it means that those places, action is happening there. What are we doing? Saka, let me start with you. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, let me take this opportunity to say good morning to our cherished listeners and those who are viewing us from Facebook and other social networks. I think the fight against Galamsey has become hydra-headed. It has become a never-ending issue. And once it has become a never-ending issue, and it's affecting us, not just our livelihood, but even our future, there is the need for us to introduce all manner of extraordinary measures in order to curb this menace. If we use the traditional way of doing it, where the committee in charge or whatever, I mean the minor, what's the name? NIMOS. And especially, I remember those days when they want to go, they will even announce it, and then the people will plan, and then some people will even leak the information to whoever, and then the people will escape and all those things. I think it is about time that we need this thing in the bud. It's like we have never fought this thing before. Everything looked like new to us, and especially the government of the day. There's a government that won power on the back of fighting Galamsey. There's a government that we all knew very well. I don't want to do politics, but it is important that I do politics, so that government will sit well and ensure that this thing is fought and fought well. How come that our forest reserves, when they told us that when they come, they were going to change, amend certain acts and all that, LIs, and that after amending those LI, anybody found within a certain parameter, they also told us, I mean, which is already law, that you cannot mine 100 meters away from the water bodies. Reclaim sites that have already been reclaimed, then they have really invaded those sites. It means that they are doing it with impunity. They know that the consequence will not be there. Because look, I mean, Galamsey has become a very lucrative venture, that the consequences are not so harsh. People know. I mean, even if we are caught, we might part something as bribe. We might run away, or they know very well that they have people within the security apparatus who will inform them, and then they will escape justice and all that. And things did not also even help us. When the president says that, oh, when we come, we are going for the kingpins. It is not the kingpins that destroyed the land. Have you seen any kingpin standing on the land and destroying it? When somebody go there, because look, you have to let the person choose between serving a kingpin and serving his own life. If a kingpin gives you money and you think that money is bigger than your life, go to the site and do it. That's me sitting here. Can anybody come and tell me that go and kill, I will give you money? Because killing has a very serious repercussion. The consequences is not easy. Then you come as a government and you say that, oh, it is about the kingpin. It is not the kingpin that does the act itself. That's the reason why I was even telling people that, look, the Wintimi case like this, Wintimi should have been PW2, not 1. The guy who was found in the land, the guy who was destroying the forest himself, should have been the first accused person. Then you let him loose. That is not helping us. And especially when you use politics to campaign. Oh, when you hear the NDC has won, just come back. I mean, and all those things. It didn't help us, and it will never help us. Declare state of emergency. A week or 2 weeks to election. Has the government declared a state of emergency?
No.
No. And then the Galamsey is still, persistent. And even in the worst form. So I'm saying that the problem that confronts this nation has to do with the integrity of our rulers. It has to do with our double tongue. It has to do with our inability to confront the issue as it is. Because we do not have the wherewithal to do so. And that's the reason why we have all these things. This man of people, Nimos, I'm telling you, look at what happened in somewhere in this Semper or something, where this Nimos sees some excavators, they arrested some people, and they had to call MPs and former MPs to intervene, and they also intervene. Why are you intervening? Let the people go to court.
It was around Esutifi North and South.
Exactly. Let them go to court. Let the investigative bodies, carry through to its logical conclusion. And if the people are innocent, then they go. Then when somebody is arrested and the person is within the corridors of government, you see that the rules are bent in favor of those persons. That is the reason why we have this problem persistent. And there are other people who are not so closely related to government, but they also rely on the influence of government friends. Me today, I cannot go and do Galamsey unless a friend from the NDC give you the go ahead. You do anything now. Don't worry. So everything has to do with politics. And we have chiefs. We have for the devastation of the environment, the water bodies, our future, diseases and all those things. The least said about them, the better. It is not for us to come and sit here and tell you the devastating effect of all these things, because we have drummed them home time and again. And then the perpetrators still do it with impunity. That explains the reason why I remember some people were saying that we should, shoot to kill. Because it's like we are at war. The president himself at one time described those who engage in Galamsey as, what did he say? It's a mass murder. So if somebody is murdering us, in this case, genocide, because they intentionally want to eliminate us so that they can become rich. And then you think that we cannot fight back. This matter should not be like, this thing contribute to our GDP. And so remember, I'm saying this, I'm quoting the president. When he organized the CSOs and he gave his keynote address, his opening address, he did certain things. That okay, before we even go into the matter, know that Galamsey contribute this percentage to our GDP and all those things. Now, giving us what to say and what not to say. So that you should know that you cannot say that we should ban Galamsey. But your predecessor did it. He did not just ban or put moratorium on Galamsey, but small scale itself for 2 years. So that we will reorganize ourselves.
It looked like a ban verbally. On the grounds, it wasn't the same.
No, but that time it was just a ban. It was a ban, actually, for us to reinvigorate.
But we all saw what happened.
No, I didn't get your question.
We all saw what happened on the grounds when you went to some of these same areas where the banning was supposed to have taken effect.
But you see, some of these things you cannot do it completely. People will definitely infiltrate.
Maybe that's a challenge.
And some of these,
that's a challenge the current administration also
you
face.
see, some of these things that I'm talking about, it's not only peculiar to this government. It's not only peculiar to this government. I've always said that leadership is cause. If Galamsey is still persistent, it is because the government is failing in duties to ensure that we responsibly mine in this country. Nobody is saying that we should not mine, but responsible mining. And these people who are in government, and even the previous ones, they don't lack what we call sugar-coated wares. Especially this government. They use all manner of sugar-coated wares. We will do A, B, C, D. We have to do responsible mining. Everybody know, everybody with even average intelligence know that we cannot live gold or our minerals to stay in the land forever. We have to make good use of them. And in making good use of them, what do? We have to mine responsibly. The politicians know those ways, and they can articulate it. But the difference is that there is a vast difference between what they say and what they do. And that is the reason why we are still in this quagmire.
Okay, Saka, thank you. Let me get a thought of Dr. Fujo. His party is in office. They've got to explain to us why we're still experiencing these same things, because they are always telling us that they have blue water guards along these major rivers, but this Galamsey is happening along the same major rivers. They have told us that they have gotten the forest reserves and they have found a way to claim them, but the Galamseyers are still in the forest reserves. The areas where the sites have been reclaimed, the government tells us that these sites have been reclaimed, but some of these Galamseyers are finding themselves at these reclaimed sites. This has got to be magic. I can't put it in any other way. And then other areas identified as hotspots. So it means that you know the area is an hotspot. What are you doing about it? When elements in the party told us, oh, that this can be done in 1 week, this can be done in 2 weeks. Doc, it's 17 or 18 or 19 months.
Yeah, 18 or 19 months.
But still.
Oh, yeah.
What is it that you are struggling to deal with as a government?
You know, with every policy or with every implementation, you want to take any drastic step, it's a process. You get it?
You are not saying that to them when you are in opposition.
No, not that. But at least we are taking the necessary measures. At least for nothing at all. I was listening to my brother Saka, where he started from the issue of there was a ban. Was it for 2 years? I don't know where he was living. Maybe
that's why I made that comment that we were here, but we also saw what happened.
We all saw what happened in Summer Boy. What Muntumi did in the name of planting coconut trees and other things that were pertaining to illegal mining.
I mean, between 2017 and 2019, there was a moratorium on small scale. Even those with legal documents were all of them.
Yeah, but it wasn't enforced.
It was enforced.
It wasn't.
Oh,
so Doc, you go ahead and make your points.
Yeah. You go ahead. You go ahead. At the end of the day, it even ended up, even if you read the so-called Ejapa document, where we had issues of even the former operations director, is a Lord Kwame, being engaged in
alleged,
let me put it that way, alleged in giving lands out to people where they were paying certain booties. It all happened within 2019, 2020, 2021, way before. My brother Saka was saying that is there a moratorium or is there a ban? But at least let me go to the substantive issue. What we as a party, NDC, is doing is that we have not said that we have stopped illegal mining in totality. At least what we have done, first and foremost, is that even one of our own will attest the fact that it was a hard decision for the president to take when it came to a national organizer.
Why should it be hard?
No, you see,
wrong is wrong.
No. You see, when we don't have concrete evidence, like you are saying, Kwame, you are saying wrong is wrong. But if I tell you now to give me an evidence of maybe Honorable Joseph Yamin in a Galamsey pit, you will not be able to produce that. You get it? So it was based on someone's petition, which is being investigated by Yoko.
They are still investigating.
Yes, it's still under investigation, yes. But how long won't this case did not start last
that investigation will live to see my great-grandchildren.
Yes,
but
no, you can't say that. But at least we've all seen what...
Today we'll hear what you just said. That there's a need to clear some backlog cases. So let's go ahead.
Okay.
At least whatever it is, we'll all attest the fact that His Excellency John Mahama has not been one who has shied away from prosecuting his own government appointees. A case in studies what we'll be discussing very soon, that is said in Atamaku. Everyone thought that after the appeals court decision, maybe she was just going to be set free, and then at the end of the day, maybe the law would just be massaged in a way where she'll be released and before I realize maybe she's out of the country. That did not take place. At least whatever it is, these national officers have subjected themselves to be investigated. They have not said, I haven't heard anywhere that Yoko has said that they have refused to corroborate or when they were called to come and answer certain questions in relation to a petition that has been presented about them that's in reference to illegal mining. They have never recused themselves from attending that. They have always gone. You see, Kwame. So, with the substantive measures that the party is taking place, at least one will attest to the fact that when it comes to the rampant importation of excavators, at least now, we have been able to dwindle it down a little bit, where we have placed the measures and certain sanctions, where whoever is trying to import must first seek for clearance, that's from the sector minister, before importing it. If not that, once it comes to the port, there's no way you'll be allowed to clear the excavator.
Doc, help me understand this. I'm sure you heard the comments of the DVLA boss on a number of platforms, including here, that the excavators that are coming in these days are tracked. And that when you bring in an excavator, there are processes for us to know whether you are bringing it for mining services, construction services, and if it doesn't fall within a certain purview, then some of these are even seized and all of that. These excavators in these zones, the tracking machine has been activated. There has been they are there. So is it that the tracking machine has been deactivated, or someone smuggled the excavator into the bush?
You see, that's where the law enforcement has to come in. The government sets up a policy. We have civil servants that are supposed to be the custodians and the guidance to see to it that whatever policy measures would come to fruition. So if, as a party, we decide to bring a policy to help curb rampant importation of excavators, now trackers are being placed in them. Kwame, you not expect that, let's say myself or yourself, will go to maybe Samra Boy or go to Inchi or go to Dadieso or one of the communities where maybe these activities are taking place to be tracked. That's where the police will come in. That's why NIMOS is also doing its job. So whatever it is, we will not be able to solve it 100% overnight. But it's a process. And gradually, at least, once steps are being taken, we have a data room which is within the Ministry of, that is within the Minerals Commission. That falls under the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, where they're able to track all these excavators. So I think maybe going forward, we might have to see how we would engage them to see the progress of whatever it is that is taking place over there. Because I don't want to believe that the officials that are over there who are civil servants in the first place, not just NDC members, to cut across both MPP and both NDC, will sit aloof and be given a job to track excavators, and we're going to sit there and say, oh, we'll not allow certain people to bend the rules or whatever. At the end of the day, that means you're going to lose your job. And we must also attest the fact that it's not all illegal money that is done with excavators. Some people use the chamfans and other machines, which we have also come up with another measure, that is the alternative livelihoods, because we can all attest the fact that majority of these communities where these things are taking place, there's extreme poverty. So if you don't find something else for the person to do, and you tell the person don't go and engage in it, when you haven't given that person any source of livelihood to engage in, it becomes difficult. That's why at least the party, being a responsible political party, has decided that at least we create that also, hand in hand with the chiefs in the various communities, where whatever it is, agreements are being set. The youths over there in the various communities are also being given unemployment. A case study is just like in Daman. That's not an illegal mining, but I'm just saying
that's a proper mining site.
Proper mining site where he has been able to employ almost 400 plus of the locals, which has started. I think it's in the news spreads across board. At least that's also a step in the right direction. Where illegal mining starts is when they realize that majority of these multinationals or these big mining firms take over all the lands without giving them the locals jobs or finding something for them to do. Then they decide that, okay, fine. Once maybe the person is done within this particular territorial water space or rocks, they, the locals, also go and then, without job opportunities, you will not be able to blame them. They also go and engage in such activities. And will also, that's why at the end of the day, in all of these negotiations and agreements and policy framework, the traditional leaders are always being engaged. If you take a look at what's happening even in Asante region, you realize that Otumfo has had that burden of sometimes even the stolen chiefs when it comes to issues of illegal mining, where you realize that some of these are elders who take the law into their own hands, decide that, oh, no one is watching, let me go and take this amount of money, and then they give up a space to a foreigner, sometimes not even a local. the person comes, destroys the land. And in that case, who do you blame? You see? And a case in point also is just like Jema. When the last time I came, I gave you a narration of a chief who decided not to give any part of their land for illegal mining at the detriment of his own health. He is sick in a room. They've come with money. We want to help you, even take you to South Africa, see how it would foot all your bills, give you excess money. He has refused to do it. So you see, human beings as we are, we can't be the same. Myself and Saka cannot be the same. We have different political ideologies, but at least when it comes to protecting our environment, that must be the priority.
Doc, help me understand or appreciate this one. It is one thing putting in the efforts.
Yeah.
It's another thing when the efforts lead to results. There's no doubt that your government or your administration has put a number of things in the works. But on the back of, again, the comments that were made by leading members of your team when you're in opposition, and what you tell us today. So when I see illegal mining activities along major rivers, then I'm asking myself, then what are the blue water guys doing? When I see forest reserves, then I'm asking myself, okay, so you've gone to reclaim an area and then you just left. You didn't leave any footprints or you didn't leave any officers there to be protecting the place. Or reclaim mining site. So you reclaim the site and you disappeared. Or other areas. And look at this. The operations resulted in the seizure of, they didn't say excavator. They didn't tell us a number. Excavators. So there must be a number. Vehicles. Only God knows what these vehicles are. These are not things you can hide. Motorbikes. Water pumps. Generators. Mining machines. And other equipments.
You know, Saka's village needs motorbikes. In my village, we need motorbikes.
But they are using it here. So
no,
is it a case of people going to sleep on their jobs?
Motorbikes.
Because these are not things I can put in my pockets and go to the Galamsey sites. Cars, mining equipments, excavators, motorbikes, generators. So what the people who are manning these areas, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
Yes, Kwame, you are right. That's why I said that. You see, the government can't do it. That's why
fire people, sack people,
yes,
do something.
There's a collaboration between ourselves and the traditional leaders. That's the first thing. We are also expecting that whatever it is.
Can I just say something?
I'll come to you.
I think you are saying something I don't get. Look, he's saying that he wants to see you fire the people.
So that's where I'm getting to. Right. At the end of the day, that's why I said that. You see, we are working with civil servants also. And you can't just get up and say you are firing.
So move them. Move them.
But we can say that, fine, maybe the disciplinary committees or boards within these institutions must work. Whatever it is, we must allow those processes to take place. But we can't say maybe we are going to fire, let's say, 20 police officers that we've seen are mining a particular Galamsey site. It's the IGP that must fall in to see what his district commanders are doing. At the end of the day, these are not political appointees. He gets it. Maybe fine, we can say maybe if the DC is involved, where we have had instances where maybe certain DC's names have come, we have made them face the law. That's why I said that even the top most priority executives, when we talk of the national vice chairman, these are not constituency executives. A national organizer is not a constituency executive. So if we've asked them to face the law, then we should know that whatever it is, we are serious about whatever it is we are trying to do. But it takes time, Kwame. That's what I'm trying to say. We can't do it.
How much more time?
9 months is one of the commitments from the government. We didn't have 9 months during MPP's time. It was formed under the NDC government. At least with whatever activities they are doing, I don't think that in their reports you have read that they have said that a big man has called them in the process of seizing the excavators that they should stop. That didn't take place.
It took place.
Where?
Collins Dowden and Co.
When?
Didn't I mention it?
Collins Dowden and Co. When?
In the case of a Sutivi North and a Sutivi South, Doc, if I could just remind you.
I think share with
when the locals, when the incident.
Doc, there's a video we saw. I'm sure that's what he's talking
for the
about.
North, I think his name is Ado.
He made a phone call.
That he said, according to him, this year, he said he called the member of parliament for the adjoining constituency, which in that case was the Honorable Collins Dowda. He called him. if there's an
If
issue
I
like this,
recollect, that
you
was
call
last
another member of parliament.
I think that
was
was
it late last year or early this year?
No, it was last
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Late last year or early
But
this
at
year.
the end of the day,
When they are security enforcement
I think
agencies.
the member of parliament for that particular constituency that was making the allegation against Honorable Collins Dauda was asked to corroborate with the police law enforcement agency. The speaker even directed that should be done from parliament.
Yeah,
so it wasn't that there was nothing done.
But you said
But
nobody called
I'm coming. Wait,
Okay, you
that's
come
it wasn't,
quickly.
Saka, it wasn't this year. You understand? It wasn't this year. And at the end of the day, you understand? During your time, what we had, if let me use the word
What did
alleged.
we hear?
Yes, that even got to a point where when Abu Jinapo, the lands minister, then was questioning him to me as to why he was engaged in certain activities. He ended up in fisticuffs.
Oh, there's even an
I
audio
didn't
to
know
that
he saw
effect,
it.
but
If
no,
I
there's an
remember,
audio to that
Abu
effect.
Jinapo
I saw a
was
video in
fighting
that. But you let me get
No,
let me get
himself and wound to me.
Fisticuff?
If you say fisticuff,
Verbal.
it can be verbal.
Yeah.
No. Physical means
Okay.
physical.
The politicians have had their
It's
turn.
not
So let me
verbal.
get my brother Geoffrey Okansi into the conversation.
On a quick
He's the
one, let's go.
executive
I need
director.
to correct a few facts.
Okay.
There is a comment that came from Doc that there is a case of joblessness. Doc, with all due respect, nothing justifies injustice because you don't have a job. Doc, with the greatest of respect, the fact that I don't have a job doesn't qualify. No. I heard you, Doc.
Wait.
Doc, I heard you. So
you permit me.
30 seconds. Yeah.
30
Right,
seconds.
right.
I didn't say that because you don't have a job, that is why they are supposed to go and do illegal mining.
right.
The statement I made categorically was that is why we are be able to get alternative
That's the cost.
livelihood.
So you're saying that's the cost for
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Because
So
if the person is hungry, he has nothing to do.
so
He might end up going to engage in that, but at least
But alternative
we are-
level was there long before you.
I
No,
thought
but I'm not saying
Yeah,
Doc,
so-
Doc,
so
Doc, I'm
what's
with you.
the mistake?
Doc, I'm with you. I was only going to say that I would have preferred
Yeah.
if you had told the person that there are alternatives.
Yes.
Even in the mining,
Yeah.
there are efforts that was started by the previous administration to enhance small scale mining, putting them in groups.
Now you have our
and this
common
government,
step.
thank you,
Yeah, our step.
and
That's
and,
what I'm
and,
trying to
and
say.
this government too has continued, and we are going. So here, I just wanted to clarify something that I wouldn't justify. I understand why the girl is standing at circle and Togo Embassy run about here doing prostitution, but I don't support it. So you and I agree that we understand, but we don't support it. So that is. I think I heard something like that.
Don't mind Saka. Don't mind Saka.
So while at it, again, I'll correct my brother Saka when he said when the president met us as the CSOs, he said that small illegal mining, Galamsey, he said small scale mining, and then he even mentioned the one that the both of you have mentioned, that he recognizes the contributions from those angles. That is why it's of concern for them to encourage them to be in that small scale box. Then he totally condemned that nobody has a right to enter any water. And on that statement that the president said, let me add my voice and let us all agree on this one, that globally, even during war, that they are flying bombs, no country has any right to poison the waters of another country. That's a global treaty. So how can a man born of a woman with common sense, with no apology, I'll say this one, in their right senses, enter water that we all drink? Do you know what they have done? People farm along those water bodies. They've ended their jobs. People fish in those waters. They've ended their jobs. And those who would drink that water, it's not as if I am saying, Saka is saying, or Doc is saying. People have given birth, and scientifically it's been proven that these children have been decapitated by the fact that these waters they were consuming by the pregnant women has led to problems. Children without some body parts. It's been recorded in all those areas. There are facts to show. So, I mean, let's get that fact too clear. Again, I'm telling you one thing. In that area of small-scale mining, the emergence of a gold board comes with certain solutions apart from just buying gold. People must know. There's a program provision where the small-scale mining, they will be even providing some machines for the young people who come in groups. And all are aimed towards withdrawing them from those illegal mining. Like Saka said, he will go for the people who are on the grounds. Initially, I mean, I agree on both sides that, yeah, we'll be looking for the kingpins. Yes, they fund the thing. But where are you going to get them? You wait for one legendary case and get a wound to me. No. We all know that they are the ones who are funding it. You will be tired going to look for the man who is the mafias who are actually in the game of pushing cocaine around the world. But there will be a career. So if the carriers are not ready to go, how would the drugs go? Nobody should tell me that you were hungry. That is why. Okay, then let's allow the armed robbers to operate. If that's a justification, they also don't have jobs. The prostitutes, they should also operate. The truth is that the law remains the law. What is wrong is wrong. What is right is right. Look, whilst we are on it, let's go straight. The fight against Galamsey today, let me be kind to Ghanaians. I'm speaking to all Ghanaians. It's a split decision right now if it was a boxing fight. It's a split decision. Because both sides will tell us what they have done. Look, all of it is not showing on the water body. Erastus, we've left it to a few people. They are crying. And some of us think we are far from it. Let me use the same word. Then you are also far from it. If you think we are far from it, then you're also far from it. As in, you are far from the reality. Because some of the waters will be fetching there, you will produce akeke with it. It will reach you wherever you are in Ghana. I mean, if you think you are very far from it, it will reach you. And when you look at some of the things that have been done, because we are divided, we are so divided. I mean, we don't have one common voice around Galamsey. And you know why? It cuts across the political divides. I'll tell him and I'll tell him. There are people. The both of them know there are politicians involved. Doc, I hope you don't disagree with me. Because the president of your party rightly said, which is true, that he would never lie to himself. That nobody within his party is doing it. So if you tempt yourself to answer what I'm saying in the negative, then you have a problem with your president. I'm helping you though. Because he says he asserts. And Otiko Koso, one of the powerful chiefs kings in this country, has said it. He said it in a public gathering that he knows some of the chiefs, some of his own sub-chiefs. That is how responsible some of our big leaders have been. Truthful, honesty, and transparent on the issue. So what is the next thing? We need to fight it. That is all. That where we are right now. Look, I'm telling you this. We've had foreigners' participation. And it is pathetic. Pathetic. I'm not saying when citizens do it, it's okay. But you have done it so much that you are aiding foreigners to come and play truant, barbaric, poppycock attitudes in your country. Very unpardonable. Why you think that the Shamfas, the Chinese, they just sat in their town, they knew here? No. Somebody facilitated it and brought them in there. And like you said, you can never hide the tools that they are using. These vehicles, you can't fold them and put it in a bag. With the greatest of respect to your listeners. These are things that move, we all see. And both sides are failing us. Because we don't want to sit down and decide, or take a decisive action. Look, they also brought in some guards during their time. They had a task force. To the records, they had a task force. And they also brought drones. That one, Saka will have to tell us where the drones are. I have to still get you to. You need to give me that filler. We need to get information on those drones.
If you want any true story of the fight against Galamsey during MPP's time, just consult Professor Frimpong Boateng.
Oh yeah. Oh, he gave a damning report. Look,
so what was the
Senior, he even granted public interviews where he said he reported the late Sir John, and then the president did not live to what he expected. So, in fact, for me, I'm just telling you, these are the facts. He also mentioned that on video in recent, we also saw some political office holders. Didn't you also hear about the DC who was actually charging some Galamseyers?
He was giving receipts.
So, you see, my brother, let me tell you what. We the CSOs, this is our job. We sit in the middle, we'll tell you the facts that have happened. What do we want to do? Now let me tell you to the wheel. Let's go to the way forward.
Move on, yeah.
Just the way forward. We must allow the dynamos that my senior brother has said. Look, you said it right. But allow them to work. Okay? They are working, but they are being obstructed.
By who?
He knows. You are asking me? When indeed there was somebody making a call, Doc, let's be Ghana this morning. Let's do Ghana. No. Doc.
George, you have some information you can share with me.
Doc, let's be Ghana. Let's be Ghana. I applaud. People know me on air.
Yes.
I applaud when there is a big applause time.
Yes.
Repealing LI 2462 was a yeoman's job. Was a bold decision, right? Thank you. You were saying that the minister of you said the minister of mines, minister of mineral resources, blah blah blah, around the time, Mr. Honorable Abu Jinapo. He didn't only say it. He wrote a letter to Akunta Mining, and then the president responded to him and all of us
at the Ghana Bar Conference.
Yes, that Akunta Mining was not engaged in anything illegal mining. That was one of the highest downshots of Nana Akufo-Addo. To have made that statement ahead of his own minister and he's called to the AG. No. I think he could have done better by just keeping quiet. Because we call something commitment to fight the thing. So you have to be careful. Your utterance as a commander-in-chief, when you had actually put, like Israeli saying, a task force there to fight some people, it was very unfortunate a comment. The next thing is that let's stop the political interference. None of the two of them, if you like give us 10 hours, I will argue with them. All of them, they are party people. Their party people are involved. He knows. Today I'll speak Ghana. He knows. Is that how we accept it this morning or we leave the matter? Doc knows, Saka knows. Their party members and party officials are involved. Politicians are involved.
And CSOs are also involved.
Yes. So I'll tell you. So I'll give you my word.
Yes.
The CSO you mentioned have no power by the Constitution of Ghana to stop Galamsey. They have no power.
No.
Let me see. So no. Forget about advocacy. Forget about it.
Yeah.
When I advocated to you, you have the cars. When you give government officials are paid salary. They are giving allowances. They are giving conditions of service to fight it. So you dare not come and call me, Jeffrey Okansi, with my humble degree, sitting in the house, without a job from you and your people to come and stop Galamsey. I've given you money. He bought drones with it. And he bought cars with it. And you have bought uniforms. You have bought cars. And you have paid salaries. And you want me to come and do the job? With the greatest respect, I'm your employer. No. I'm your employer. It's my taxes that paid you to go and do the job. Don't come and tell me the employer to come and beg you to go and do your work. Advocacy is begging somebody, lobbying somebody. I have to come and beg you to do the right thing. Doc, you are my very good friend. We're going to have cocoa after the show. Let's not for that one. Let me just land. Let's re-strategize.
1 minute, please.
I'll tell you what. Let the punishment be quite harsh. Double it. I was tempted to... I made that shoot to kill statement out of some anger somewhere. So I'm being careful this morning. But let's walk the talk. Let's walk the talk. The talking, the nice plans on their documents, the both of the parties. Let's walk the talk. Let's go to the bush. The bush is, you said, why did you say they were? Were they in Accra mining the gold?
No.
They're in the bush.
Western North.
First action that I want to call on my brother.
Secondary schools.
Right now, today, the reset. My first call to him, and to everybody, and to the big man sitting at the top, is that, look, my brother, they are in the bush, and we know where they are. Or I was expecting some few actions. The red check and the dissect. There should have been some, at least, shake-ups. By now, people should have been interdicted or sacked. He mentions that some of them are public workers, so you can't sack them. I disagree, Doc.
I didn't say you
Doc, this morning.
No, he only cited some examples of some people. Right. So he said, for example, he said the police. And then I remembered I said, if you can't sack them, but you can reassign them.
And then he said
mentioned
the
the case of
IGP.
MCs, for example, and IGPs.
Yes.
You said that the disciplinary committees in the various
Forget about the disciplinary committee. I'm saying
get up and sack
by the powers invested.
Must go through the due process.
You
No.
Take them somewhere
You
else.
only transfer.
But listen. Respectfully. Who am I, son of a poor bank seller, to go and sack them? All I'm saying is that the powers there be in the president, after hearing, he can call the IGP, and the IGP will not sack you. First action will be put facts before you, possibly even when the videos have come out, to interdict that officer. See now, are you getting me?
I'm following.
If 300 meters away, or a few meters away from a police station, something like that happened. If within your territory, where the police station is, you cannot ensure security, then it is in my house. 1 hour drive away, that you can come and save me when the armed robbers are attacking me. My brother, you will be interdicted. In another serious country, the officers won't even wait to be interdicted. Haven't you heard some people who resign? That is the right thing.
We don't resign, you know that.
So the final thing I want to say, the very final one. Look, let's re-strategize and take this as a war. And now, it should be a war. I should see troops, soldiers. You see soldier, you see naval officers, you see police officers, you see immigration officers pumped into that area. Like the way we are able to detect that this place is a hotspot during elections. When it is they are seek for power time, these politicians, these two people, when it is they are seeking time for power, they are able to move the whole police Gadamere. They move one bank of them, a whole compartment. They move them. No, didn't you witness the by-elections?
5,000.
So by-elections is important, right? One MP is important. Now all of us drinking poison water. Do you know what I'm saying? I end it on this one.
Okay. Over to them. The thing is that since 1992 under the Fourth Republic, is the two of them that have had the opportunity. They all say they are fighting, but we all have eyes. If they are fighting, we can see.
No, they are fighting. But I've told you, it's a split decision.
Because they will argue and it will be 1-1.
He agreed. No, not even to them. The Ghana, it's Ghana. It's one Ghana. We let one of them to lead at a point.
Yeah.
All the fights that when we took this boxer, it was a split decision. That's what I'm telling you. We took this boxer to split decision. The only thing that we can analyze right now is that this guy had wonderful left jabs, and then this one too was able to protect his face very well. That's all we have to show. But a real fight, if they will agree, we have lost it.
If they will agree, so you let me move on, and they will never agree. You know that. So you let me move. If we give Saka and Doc the whole day, they will go against each other. And I did this, and I did this, and I did this.
Doc is a kind-hearted man, well read. Thinks that it has to be possible. I am not one person who shoots it down that we can't do it. All I want Doc to see is that I know what himself. I am a humble PhD student. I'm learning from him. There's a dashboard. You can go there, step-by-step approach when they are doing their research work. So Doc shouldn't come and tell me that when I look on the board, I should just jump straight forward and say that we are winning. When I don't have A, B, C to show that, look, my water is clear now. There's no political person interfering. There is no anybody. You see, when it happens, we have left some group out. I hear some of the pastors and the chiefs. They also come and beg.
I heard.
They also go and beg. They go and beg. They are part of it.
But they do it.
They don't do it. They
Yeah,
beg on behalf of
pacho.
It wasn't politicians that were they didn't cite
Come on, you are here.
politicians.
No me get.
They cited
Let's
Let's move on. Let's move on and do some
pastors
law.
were part. CSOs were part. You get it? As people who were influencing,
George says the pastors and the chiefs do apart.
they are all part. You get it?
Then we are not safe.
No, but at
So
least,
let's move on.
That's what I'm saying. That the
So
positive
you
is
thought
that
you were
at the
safe?
end of the day,
If
it was that Naimos wasn't
You thought you were
doing
safe?
it.
Me, I know I'm not safe.
But listen.
So I do my best to
Where
protect
I want
myself.
to prompt Doc is that we are part. It is either we are sleeping on the job like you mentioned advocacy. Let's say when
Yeah.
we are here. Blame us. I'll take it. All I'm saying is that until you give me one Land Cruiser and give me a phone to go onto the field and report back to you. Please leave me out because you have been given from my tax money Land Cruiser. It is your job.
Okay, so let's move on. We'll put a number of law-related stuff together because unfortunately or fortunately,
some people are making the president look very bad. It's making the president look bad. Must the president come there to come and tell you as a DC in charge of dissect to act? When people are telling us that when you are driving by the roadside, people are seeing people mining just across the street. The president must come there. It is for somebody to tell them to go home.
In line with that, someone would say maybe
sack them.
The first person that should go.
Kwame, you can do that job.
Some DCs for
this
some
morning.
areas.
Kwame, you can do that job. You can do that job. Let the president sack them and put you there.
I beg.
Why do you beg me?
Let me do this one.
If you can't do anything, your media work, the Kokonsa, you can do Kokonsa.
Are you saying that you are saying they should sack them? The president should do something. There has been a total reshuffle of the national security.
Reshuffling? It is the worst. Look, this is one of the things I fought in years.
There has been some massive changes.
No, not massive.
Kwame, give your water to Doc. Kwame, give your water to Doc. Kwame.
Let's move on.
Doc is boiled. Doc is boiled. Doc, reshuffling is what?
About 6 vital positions in the national security. How many portfolios do you have in the national security?
Oh, but if you haven't changed the top,
people
have been maintaining.
What are you talking about?
People have been maintaining. He said massive.
Doc, do you know what I call that thing?
The deputy coordinator.
What Doc, my good friend, just said is what I call musical chairs.
Why is it musical?
Political musical chairs. This is what I call it. You see, you know, over my years of advocacy, I've mentioned that until recently, one appointee said that if another officer misbehaves, he will take him to the north. Then it became an issue. It was not supposed to be an issue. We knew it. You and I, Kwame, we all know that one of the actions they take is what Doc just said, which I always was against when it comes to tax issues. When officers offend, they motivate them by just pushing them from one region to the other. Why? If he misbehaves in Accra, when he goes to Kumasi, he will turn a state. Or there's something about Bosu Johnson that will baptize him into being a good person. What are you saying? It is when you do it it is by law and by provisions. I think about 5 or 7 years you have to be shifting the officers around. Okay, so if that's what you are saying, that is right. But if because of
introduction of new persons,
so I'm saying if you are doing that in the interest of the normal day work,
let's move on.
That alone is what you are taking to punish
these
them.
issues we won't be done.
So what I'm saying,
we won't be done. I beg you.
Mine is not on
let's move on.
Mine is on punishing them. So you are on a different page. On the page of ensuring that you mitigate occurrences that what we say that familiarity breeds contempt. It is good. It's excellent. Doc, I won't challenge you on that one. I'm saying that you are trying to mix your orange with my apple. My apple is punishment stage where you have to move the person from the system, interdict them, and ensure further investigation.
Don't move them anywhere else.
Don't move them anywhere else.
I get it. So let's move on.
Let's move on.
Doc, let me start this one with you. Let me start this one with you because some way somehow it's find its way into political conversations. Three things we're trying to lump them together. The Chief Justice justifying decision to assign specific cases to selected courts, and then tie that in with the High Court's decision on Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang, the former Director General of the Signals Bureau. These are issues of law. All this while, I have thought that this legal vacation thing was such that when we were on a legal vacation, maybe cases cease, and then until recently, I got to know that if depending on the nature of the case, I spoke to lawyers, they said so, not me, that depending on the nature of the case, we could still manage these cases in one way or the other. Ideally, this would just be issues of law, but because elements in those cases are politicians, they have taken a political angle. If it was Yamen Sapuku, nobody cares. But because of who is involved, we are not looking at this whole thing about this legal vacation lacuna, but we are now looking at this whole issues politically. Are we saying that when cases come up, because we have a legal vacation of about 2, 3, 4 months, everybody should go to sleep? Is that what we are saying?
No, I think it seems those who petition the GBA might have gotten it wrong. For the GBA to also proceed by seeing how they also petition the Chief Justice. That's where maybe there's some variance. Because whatever the Chief Justice has done is bound by a legal dictate. That's the Order 79 CIA 47. That basically talks about appointing judges to be sitting during legal vacations and holidays. It's not something that started today. It has been something that has been there since the 1960s, way before. That's been happening each and every time. But one might, the way you said it's taking a political dimension, one might first ask, who is the GBA president? That's Ifwagati.
Yes, what about her?
No, I'm coming. So when you start it from that angle, now you start connecting.
Then you can get your political answer.
Oh!
I wanted to see.
I only wearing Ghana. That's all.
I wanted to see where Doc was going with this. Yes, because we all know who the person is.
That's the beauty of engaging differences. Yes.
Because we all know who the person is. So me, I'm just following Doctor's line. So Doc, I'm listening. You go ahead. I want to see where you're going with this one.
So I have only asked. We know who.
Yes, we all know. Her name is Madame Ifwagati, the wife of Jogati.
Married to Jogati, former Attorney General. During.
But she's a lawyer in her own right.
No, but we are taking it step by step. We are trying to understand.
Okay.
Whatever has necessitated this.
We are following.
Yes, so we are following that. And like I said earlier, whatever has been done by the Chief Justice is bound under the rules of the court's engagement.
Correct.
Like I said, Order 79, that is CI 47. You can check it online. It's stipulated there categorically as to the steps that are supposed to be taken when there's legal vacation. And, the whole thing now has become more of like a charade because...
Let me be clear.
Yeah. The whole
legal,
no, not legal vacation, the petition. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's more of like, they are trying to attack our own, basically because they are attending court proceedings whilst there's legal vacation based on financial improprieties, basically with Edubuani's case, and then attached has this thing, how do you call it? This case is trying to look at. I'm trying to.
There's so many. Mustafa.
No, not Mustafa Hamid. This recent one where.
Hanan?
Not Hanan.
Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang.
Not Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang.
Sedina.
Madam's own trying to seek for a bailout. You understand? Even during this whole legal.
A bailout?
Yeah, bailout. A bail.
Actually,
a bail or bailout?
A bail.
No. He's appealed for a bail.
He's appealed for a bail.
And
basically, okay, yeah, he has appealed for a bail. He has appealed for a bail.
Don't mind Saga.
He has appealed for a bail. You understand? He has appealed for a bail.
Yeah.
Basically, to see how Wuntumi could be granted. The AG says no because he's a flight risk. They can't give him a bail. He comes out. The next minute, we realize maybe he's in a different jurisdiction, and that might become also another difficult situation to be able to come up with. So me personally, I don't think that the Chief Justice, what he's doing is wrong. It's bound by law, and there's no law that stipulates that he's not allowed to do that. What I would suggest is that Honorable Atachia, being a senior lawyer and his other contemporaries, who are trying as much as possible to defend Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang, Mustafa Hamid, Abdul Wahab, Baffa Stock, and the rest, should do everything as much as possible to represent them within our courts. Because taking Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang's case as a test case, you realize that it seems that Honorable Atachia is seeing that it's becoming a bad case, and he's likely, let me choose my words carefully, maybe the case is likely not to go in his favor. So basically, maybe let me delay a little bit, trying to play a delay tactics to find a way around that. But you realize that the sitting judge also is not taking it kindly by telling Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang that the next time that there's a sitting and his lawyers do not appear, that is Honorable Atachia does not appear, they will have no option than to ask them to cross-examine the prosecution witness.
But that is like, according to Atachia, asking a carpenter to do the work of a dentist.
Which won't be fair to Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang.
Exactly.
But this is not the first time this is happening in our country. Even it happened to Chikata, where he was even sick. They had to push him to the extent of where he had to now come and defend himself. His lawyers were not around. Before he realized
At
The
least
judgment was
he is
given.
a lawyer.
Yeah, he's a lawyer though, but
It only happened coincidentally.
Coincidentally, but what I'm trying to say is that it will be fair on Attention's part to do the needful. Even if he can't appear, he should get one of his junior lawyers or some of his contemporaries, because in his how they call it, Zoe, his law firm, he has almost about 20 lawyers over there. So whatever it is, if he can't avail himself, he can have some of his juniors or some of his contemporaries to appear in court to be able to see how they can defend Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang. But we're going behind the scene to play on, you see, the emotions of Ghanaians and make it look like, oh, you are trying to do something to sound as if you are patriotic. Well, we all know that this is all a political coloring. He gets it. We all know the issues involving Kwame Dwomoh-agyemang. Nobody has said he's guilty until the court says so. But at least let's allow the system to work. And we all attest to the fact that our judicial system is overloaded with a lot of cases. So if we say they are taking 2 months break, and because of that, certain cases shouldn't be heard, I mean, that's a lot of work. So at least, whatever the Chief Justice is doing, let's allow the system to proceed. I would appeal to my brothers on the other side that whatever it is, this is not the first time that we are having cases being heard during judicial holidays. They should advise their lawyers to avail themselves in the courts, and let the legal system proceed.
Okay, so I have this communication. My producer Doc has been able to get me from the judicial service. I would want to believe so, of ongoing cases that will be heard during this period of the legal vacation in the Upper East region, Bolga. In the northern region, all high courts, commercial courts, Tamale, Wa, Nalerugu, they will all be ongoing. In the Volta region, Ho, Hohoi, Dambai, Sugakope, and Denu would all be ongoing with the names of the justices who are sitting on the cases in there. In the case of Bolga, Justice Francis Asong Obuaju is still on duty. In the case of the northern region, with respect to all the high courts, commercial courts, Tamale, Wa, Nalerugu, Justice Emmanuel Bats Plange Brew would still be sitting on these cases. In the case of Ho Hohoi Dambai, Justice Moses Bedina Dutz will be sitting on these cases. In the cases in Sugakope and Denu, Justice Sylvester Ni Okan Ablo will be sitting on these cases. In the Bono East, all high courts, Sunyani Wenchi Gosu commercial courts, Sunyani Techimai high courts, Justice Peter Opombwahi, and it's a long list of cases. The point I just want to raise is that it's not only the cases that we are mentioning, but apparently in other parts of the country as well, there are a lot of cases that would still be ongoing in the course of the vacation. But I thought you asked something, and I want to pose that to you. In as much as we want to see cases being expedited and decisions taken very quickly, who decides which case or what case should then be handled and quickly? Because if they are not done in the 2 months, it's not like somebody will die, according to Atachi.
But at least that's what I was saying, that at least whatever it is, it's in the hands of the Chief Justice to appoint whichever justices would work during the legal vacation. We are not saying that someone is going to die, but what we are saying is that due process must be followed. Like I said, Honorable Atachia is not the only lawyer within his law firm. That is Zoe.
But he's a boss.
Yeah, he's a boss. That's why he can appoint another experienced lawyer just like him to represent his client in court. We are not saying someone is going to die. And we are also saying that it's not against the law. If it's against the law to have a judge sitting during legal vacations, then that is when there's an issue. But here's the case that it's not an illegality. And it didn't start now. It has always been there since the 50s, 60s.
Okay. Saka, what's your beef really? I know you're a student of the law, so you have all of this information Doc has given us. This is not new. Why are your side of the political divide shouting and screaming from the rooftop?
Well, thank you very much. This is new.
But it's not new.
This is very, very new.
Where is it new?
Yeah, I'm coming. This is very, very new. You mentioned some communities where we still have cases going on.
Yes.
I mean, that's always been the case. They are not adjudicating on substantive cases.
What is the difference?
Yeah, you wait. You see, like for instance, the Chief Justice came out with a warrant. The Chief Justice came out with a warrant that demands about 29 courts will be sitting. I mean, 29 judges will be sitting on various court cases.
Mm.
But out of that, this 29, it's not like they are sitting on the substantive matters that are already in court, that are already going on.
So
these are see, it's just like an emergency cases or interrogatory case motions. For instance, somebody has done something, has been brought to court for bail because we have 48 hours to go and all those things. Those are the things that those courts are sitting on. They are not sitting on a case that has traveled for like 3 years. The matter is being heard and going through even case management.
Has that always been the case?
That has always been the case.
No, that's not true.
Please.
Can you give me some examples
always
of
been
what
the
would
case.
have?
That's the reason why I said that this is new, because there is no precedent. So you cannot ask me to give you previously where substantive matters were being heard. But within the legal vacation is there. I mean, we all know that it's a convention that has played over years. If you go to other jurisdictions, conventions are like laws.
Is the vacation a complete break, or, for example, respectfully, let's say align that to the school process? School has gone on vacation,
Yes.
but I go for extra classes. The legal, is it that when you go on a break, it is a break
It's
and
a
nothing
break.
happens? Is that
It's
what
a
you're
break.
saying? And
It's
nothing
a,
happens?
No, listen.
No.
When they go on break, like I said,
And nothing would happen.
No. I'm not saying. Oh no, can you listen?
Okay, Saka, I'm listening to you.
When they go on break, we've said that substantive matters rest. Substantive cases.
Who decides on which case is substantive?
Oh, but you know, everybody knows that.
I don't know.
Everybody
That's what
knows
I'm
that. I mean, so a case, an ongoing matter.
Is that the
criminal-
law, or that is your view?
Oh, please, that has been the convention. And it has never changed
Okay,
until,
but conventions
until
can
this
change.
warrant. Pardon?
Conventions can change, or
No, but I mean, no. You see, if convention will even change, it has to take some understanding between parties.
Okay,
Or
you go ahead.
So the reason for all these things is the fact that it's as if let's hurry up cases, especially those that deal with the MPP functionaries. And that's the reason why we've always been saying that justice hurried is justice buried.
Is Comrade Y and MPP?
No, listen, I say MPP functionaries, like for instance, Mustafa Hamid, for instance, Hanan and all that. And then even Kobina Edu Boyne was under the MPP administration.
He was a civil servant.
Yeah, but it was, I mean, his portfolio, I mean, what he's been tried for was under the MPP administration and all that. And why is it not key?
No, it wasn't. Is it, Saka, if you give me just a
Below. Yeah, it was under the MPP administration.
Saka, if you give me 10 seconds, I've always been cringing when I hear people talk about MPP and NDC administration. The moment we swear the person in and he selects a team, there are Ghanaians working. That is why the both of you, your parties have the party executive still functioning. No. The party executives function at the party headquarters. If you've noticed, they function there, and then we have the government team.
You are not correcting me on this matter. What I'm saying, you listen to me. What I'm saying, even the chief justice.
But he is even a civil servant, so how does he become?
That's what I'm saying.
Listen. Do you know that this chief justice is functioning under the NDC administration? There's no way you can explain it other than that.
No, he's a government appointee. He's working for Ghana.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying he's working for NDC.
No, well,
I'm
that's
saying
fine.
He
I'm
was
just
appointed
preventing,
and he's working under the NDC administration. Yes. Nobody is saying that he's an NDC or he's... So, no, you see, I understand what he's trying to say. That even though he works under the administration, this is a person that is apolitical, is neutral, and therefore the office should be isolated. It should be insulated.
The reason why he was saying that,
but I'm saying that
because it happened under your era.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That he was not a prominent political figure.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you see, what he's being tried for happened under the MPP administration.
No problem.
And that is the reason why we say
that is not in doubt. So you go ahead.
So once it's not in doubt, and I'm saying that if you look at those cases that have been selected, apart from those ones in the north and other places where they only go and hear interrogatories and all that. These are the cases that they believe that these are their political adversaries, that they want to hurry those cases, get them incarcerated, and get their political, objective. That is not good enough. That is not justice. Because there is an age-tested tradition. The UK, they don't have a constitution. Almost everything is they don't have a written constitution. It's a tradition. The tradition sometimes becomes, the law. And we are saying that even though we even have like the 79 that you talk about, under the
can I have
chief
that
justice
material
over the
again?
years don't empanel judges, don't give warrant and ask that they should go and continue with substantive matters. And look at what the judge also did.
Saka, respectfully, I'm reading something because of what you have just said. Respectfully,
read
order
it.
79.
Yeah.
Days and hours of sitting.
Yeah.
1. Subject to the Court Act 1993, Act 459, as amended, the Chief Justice may, it's not shall, appoint any day, including vacations, for the hearing of cases or matters as circumstances require.
So what circumstances required? That
you remember I asked you what was substantive. You remember I asked you that. So what if the Chief Justice thinks that this particular case needs to be attended to?
For what?
So be
What
it.
is the circumstance?
It is not up to me.
What is the circumstance that demands that?
But it is not up to me.
Only
It is
these
him.
cases must be heard.
No, but under the Right to Information Act, Saka can write to the Chief Justice to provide information.
There is no
So,
any
Saka-
emergency about this case.
Saka, that's what you think. Saka,
No, listen.
another exigencies, the Chief Justice decides. I hope you are not taking away that power from him. He's been empowered.
Yeah.
You
He
see,
has the power
you
to
see,
do
you see. There's one thing.
anything.
There's one thing I want to.
And to even misjudge.
And that is why
He has the power.
No, listen, Chief,
He has
you
the
see,
power to take decisions, even if those decisions are bad decisions. And that is the reason why we are here. We are saying that those decisions are bad decisions. But we are not talking about the constitutionality or
But
otherwise.
if you think it's a bad decision, you still have the opportunity to appeal.
And there's a motive
Mr.
behind
You
behind
see,
that.
Even if your people, if they feel disgruntled, that is why there's Article 19.
What do you mean by that is why they said
No, read Article 19 of the Constitution.
No, what do you mean
Where
by
they
that?
realize that their rights are being infringed upon,
Yes.
they can always appeal to the Chief Justice.
But the Chief Justice himself is the one perpetrating this.
I think we should allow him to. I think we should allow him to.
And what are you
Don't
talking
you
about?
think respectfully that you're drawing conclusions already?
No, because
the law would
because
allow
it's so
any
ominous.
party
I mean,
that
it's-
is not happy with
I think we
this
should allow Saka
to
to
go
land.
to. Now you are saying because the Chief Justice is the one who has, so even if they go, nothing will change. Is that what
No,
you're
but
inferring?
listen to me. We are not. Nobody is arguing that the Chief Justice does not have the right to, because I mean that is what the law gives him.
Yes.
The law say he can do ABC based on certain factors.
Yes.
That is the reason why we have Article 296. If you decide to abuse it, to abuse that right, and then we are saying that there is no any agent need for anybody to say that let's select these particular cases and hear them. Out of over 10,000, they have already made advanced plans. Some of them have left the jurisdiction.
So that
And then-
it wasn't
and
bad
then
for
listen,
Attack.
and then listen.
He was applying for a bill for which-
Listen.
He didn't know that
Some
he
of them
was
had
doing
already
that.
left the jurisdiction, and you say that no, you still have to do whatever that you have. Go and then get new lawyers. Go and do whatever within.
If
and
the
in
case
less
matters
than-
to you.
and in less than a week.
If Atachi
Saka,
had
In
won
less
the-
than
if
a week,
Atachi had won the
if you
bill-
don't get
the bill-
no, listen. In less than a week, if
Uh-huh.
you don't get new lawyers, or if you don't bring your counsel, your legal counsel, to court, you should know that the witnesses will be discharged. And if you don't come and cross-examine, the witnesses that is witnesses for the
Well,
prosecution
Atachi have
will
said
be
that-
discharged and all that. And that in
If you
itself,
have won the
that in itself, I think that is complete miscarriage.
Saka, let me ask you: is it not under these
justice.
same conditions that a bill for wound to me is being sought?
No, you see, that is part of the emergency matters that we talk about. If somebody writes,
So that one is an
no, listen. No, you listen. We will talk about bills. I even told you here that if there is a substantive matter and then there is an urgent need for bail and all those things, they can go through the vacation judges, and then justice will be served. In this case, Wutumi is seeking justice, and is seeking bail, there has to be a panel. There has to be an panel of a judge to hear that matter. If you don't do that and allow him to be in incarceration, you have dented his rights.
And what I'm saying,
I mean, his right of bail
let me get George
would
to
have
come
been trampled upon.
Let me get George to come in. Let me get George.
No, I mean,
George, let me listen to you.
What I'm trying to ask you is that
yes, so
it was the same attached here who applied for the bail.
Yes.
When he was
long before even the legal vacation.
Long before when?
Long before the legal
vacation.
vacation.
When did they give the hearing?
I am saying long before the legal
vacation. The hearing came during the legal vacation.
No, yeah, but these are important agent matters. That has to do with human rights of the
Even during the legal vacation,
matters
for you.
No.
For you.
These are matters that has
those points. Okay. Thank you. Let me get George into the conversation at this point. Jeffrey. Let me get Jeffrey into this conversation.
You know when I was young, on a lighter note, what they are doing, then I'll be standing in the middle and say, "Sayu." That's on a lighter note to my girl community anyway. Asemaba. But I'll tell you what. Let me quickly play it on fairness. That, like Doc was saying, Saka was questioning whether there was anything emergency or under any exigency that the Chief Justice, look, me, Saka and his people in their law field, me, I'm not part of, he's one of the celebrated judges in this country, Manfoboni. One thing I learned from my late uncle, Chief Justice Apalu, is that the one thing he spoke about before somebody climbs to Chief Justice, their integrity is everything to them. Their integrity is everything to them. Let's be very clear. This thing is not a case matter that he commented on. He knows when to talk. He spoke on a systemic issue. He did not pick any single case. He only said, you have to answer to the courts. At that level, do you understand? At the High Court, go and. The judges are there. They are humans like you. You work with them. You are officers. Do you know that the judges and the lawyers, they are officers of the court?
Yes.
Yes. So you are dealing with, it's more like a manager dealing with a line manager. So they have to deal before they get to the CEO. So that's what he came to do. No, young one, you have every right by the law. The tradition they are talking about, which he says that in other countries there is no constitution, but they deal to issues by precedents and occurrences and adopted traditions. Yes, it is true. And that is why this tradition of during vacation, cases are heard, is allowed. And he actually quoted, which is the order 79 he mentioned. Okay? Beyond every doubt, God has a way of answering your confusion. The same lawyer, his case was heard during the vacation. No, senior. I'm not a lawyer, but one thing I know is that according to the constitutions and the laws of the land, any lawyer who speaks by radio like this is only speaking their view until the judge. That is why we say the law.
The rest in the bosom of the judge.
Thank you. God bless you, my brother.
That one day I know.
Until that moment, whatever every good lawyer said, is just like what doctor said, Saka said, and what I've said. It is their views. No, I'm saying it is your view.
It's not my view.
The best lawyer in Ghana, when he speaks on this radio platform, it is his view.
Yeah, but there are facts too.
And even when they get to the court, they present the facts as to what their clients told them. According to my clients,
and the judge will still decide.
Yes. After all that is presented, the irony is that it is not as if their witness is going to be cross-examined, though. They are having the opportunity to cross-examine who is accusing you. That is a magical thing that is confusing the son of the Banku seller. That your case, you see what cover bunch and what's one for. You can't say what for now, but come and say it's not you. You don't want to take that opportunity. You don't want to take that opportunity.
It's about the timing.
That is the reason why. And you see, we have limited this matter, this whole case, to some 2-3 cases. As we speak, I'm sure some lawyers were hoping to get this period to also handle their backlog cases. But let me tell you what.
They've been said the next case will be here today.
Let me tell you one thing that
that one is no problem.
No, I'm saying said no case has to do with what?
let me tell you one thing, Senior.
You don't know about interlocutory matter.
Senior,
I'm listening.
Yeah, it is not.
Let me tell you one thing.
Charles, we have 2 minutes to end.
As we speak right now, the vacation underline the word vacation. You said vacation classes, eh?
Yeah, there's vacation.
Don't even go there.
Vacation classes.
Don't even go there. There are some lawyers who didn't even maybe get cases to handle. So they are big lawyers like the way Atacha is. This is a period maybe if he doesn't want to go to court, you give him back pass to be a little bit active. And Master, when the lawyers appear in the court, they are paid.
Of course.
They are paid.
They'll be paid by the client.
So if you are not interested, get to know that there's another lawyer who wants to work. Why don't people do overtime?
Of course.
If it is vacation and I can stay and volunteer for the department, can't I stay?
Of course.
And these are issues that will help the school and the department as well. Likewise, it is not trivializing. These are serious matters. You think that who to me wanted to come out after destroying my forest is important, but you don't think that somebody that is accused of huge amounts of money.
Your forest?
He did not.
Wouldn't me destroy your
He did not.
forest?
He did not.
His fame.
But was it Wintimi who worked, who destroyed that forest?
His fame.
The person who destroyed that forest came to court and said that, yes, I destroyed the forest.
Who had the license?
The person who destroyed the forest.
No,
you know the
license?
person.
Who had the license?
Wintimi had the license, but Wintimi didn't assign the
so
license.
the owner of a land and the owner of a car.
Wintimi said he never assigned the license to that guy.
I'll leave it to rest.
So Wintimi didn't destroy your
My time is up.
The GBA has come out to say.
My time is up.
No, just a second. The GBA has come out to
let me
make a
read some
statement.
messages and go.
I will not add any political twist to the GBA comment. I thought my disappointment is that I thought, as the head of a union or an association, she had opportunities to discuss these matters with the CJ. I believe them so. I respect them so much, lawyers. You know, even when they are on cases, they do something that's very beautiful. They are able to engage, even though their clients have separate interests. They engage and agree on dates. These are some of the wonderful things I know they do. So at that level, I was expecting her to actually go.
But don't you also know that they have discussed it and then it was agreed that it should be formally written? You don't know that?
I'm not talking about her members. I'm talking herself as a leader.
And the CJ. Is that not what you're saying?
They could have just gone to the legal counsel or the CJ.
They have done that with the
it
CJ.
Is possible.
And then the CJ says they should come out officially.
I believe you, and I'll move on. All I know is that the Chief Justice dealt with the law.
Yes.
The law provision. He also dealt with precedents and actions which they shot themselves in the foot. Atacha shot himself in the foot when he said tradition. And the tradition is what we've been doing and we keep doing. And you have benefited that tradition even during this time that you are fighting against. So he's a left and right man.
He has not benefited.
With the due respect I'll give to him.
Let me take some.
He is on the left when he benefits him. On the right when he
This
has
one
to
is
try
coming
to
from
open when-
Uncle Eko in Sema. You say it's legal vacation and national vacation. My time is up. Forgive me. It's legal vacation and national vacation, or it is only a declaration by a particular professional group who want to be seen as being more important than any other professional. Okay, Uncle, you asked me this question. Albie says, hello, good morning, Kwame. You say you have abandoned us, the online drivers. I'll get back to you, Albie, on this particular issue. Mr. T from Polygon says, good morning, Brother Kwame. Saka is deceiving the public. When a case is ongoing before a judge and that particular judge has been asked to sit on the case during the vacation, the case can still go on. I worked with the judiciary for 39 years. This is nothing new. Okay, thank you for that information. Good morning. If a person is remanded and he is innocent because of legal vacation, that person should be incarcerated until October. Abuse of human rights, Emmanuel. That person should not be incarcerated. I'm sure that's what you wanted to say. And you say it's an abuse of human rights. Okay, we'll leave the case to the issues of courts. This law issue sometimes, I don't know, but Well, they say the law is the law. Who am I? Let me say a big thank you to Saka, a big thank you to Doc, and a big thank you to Geoffrey as well. God willing, we'll be here same time tomorrow. Good morning.